Welcome to Kingdom Hearts, Naruto and Kingdom Hearts 2. Now we learn about this boy named Roxas. Who is he? Where did he come from? What's his connection to Sora? And will he meet someone from the Hidden Leaf Village? Hi, my name is Naruto in Kentucky. This is Vinny's DS. How you doing? Hello?
Hello.
Hey, and welcome back.
Trailer version of my sanctuary. Hey.
Yeah, I thought that would fit the intro in this podcast. Anyway, today we're talking about Naruto and Kingdom Hearts 2. The first part we're going to start with, we're going to skip through till day 3, where Roxas keeps having these dreams. He says, another dream about him. Which parts?
Really, I feel like it was just to pad out the game to get Sora's memories back.
Yeah, but we can skip through all that then. Everything in everything in 358 days, that's still canon to this story. It's just
it's not
just
important enough.
Yeah, but we will see Vision of Shion though.
Okay.
But not right now. Here, Roxas has dreams about Sora again. The next day, he heads his way to the struggle tournament, which is day 3, right? Yeah, it is day 3.
I think that's 4. I think the Twilight Thorn was before that.
Yeah. Actually, we'll do Twilight Thorn, okay? Roxas was meeting with his friends. They were talking about the struggle tournament. And then they got bothered by Cypher in them. And says, that was undeniable proof that we totally own you, Lammers. If Sora heard that, he would quit. Oh wow, that was a really good comeback, Sherlock. Yeah, and anyway, they get in a fight. Then all of a sudden, these white creatures attacked and said to Roxas, "We have come for you, my liege." Then Roxas hears a feminine voice saying, "Roxas, use the Keyblade." Then he looks up to see a pretty girl, white and blonde hair. He says, "Woo!" Then the creature tried to attack, but then he disappeared into the Station of Awakening. Then he chooses his own weapons. He chooses either a sword, a shield, or a staff. He chooses. I always choose the sword, don't you?
I really don't. I think I did the sword in 2, if I remember right. I don't think the level stats really affect anything like it did in the first game.
Yeah.
If I'm remembering that right.
Right. Anyway, after all that, he gets a run with Twilight Thorn. And it's like the similar battle. Then
only cooler because you have the reaction commands.
Yes. That's when I knew this game is gonna be fun. And I was right, it was probably the best game of the series.
It is.
After that, Roxas meets a girl who's named Naminé. She asks, Roxas, do you remember your true name? Then she gets held up by a man in a black coat. Say no more, Naminé. But no one tells him. Roxas will. It's best he doesn't know the truth. Then he sends him into a dark portal back to his home. The next day, he he's having visions of Sora and Naruto. Then he meets his friends, Hainer, Pence, and Olette at the struggle tournament. They talk about you and I have to make the finals. That way, no matter who wins the prize, four of us split it. Yeah, okay, you're on. It says Roxas. Then they did their handshake. It's a promise. And then they found out Roxas would play Hainer in the first round, and of course Roxas wins. And he says, "I taught you well. I had a lot of fun fighting you." Hainer smiled. Then he said, "Well, I didn't, wise guy. Hey, let's find a way to cheer you up." Nah, that's okay. and that fake friendship is still better than Naruto and Sasuke. Anyway.
Oh, totally.
Anyway, then Roxas plays Vivi, who I thought was a Heartless at first when I first saw him.
Yeah, I think he's basically a callback to the Black Mage class from like Final Fantasy.
Yeah. And after all that, Roxas sees the nobody, sees again. Then he fights all of the nobodies. Then he hears clap. Roxas, all right, fight. You really don't remember? It's me, Axel. Axel. Talk about blank with a capital B. Man, oh man, even the dust couldn't that up. I love that line. Wait a sec. Tell me what's going on. This town is his creation, right? So we don't have time for a Q&A. You're coming with me, conscious or not. Then you'll hear the story. Then they have this feeling. Then he growls in frustration. What's going on? Number 13, Roxas. The Keyblade's chosen one. Okay, fine. You asked for it. And then they fight at the struggle tournament, and of course, after the big fight, Diz came and says, "Roxas, this man speaks nonsense." Roxas, don't let him deceive you. Roxas. Then you scream, Hater, Pence, what? And it caused everything to unfreeze. And after that, Vivi questions himself. How is he fighting in the struggle? He doesn't remember. Then after that, he finally fights Setzer. And Setzer asks him to throw the match. I'll make it worth your while. Get real, Roxas said. And after, that boss is kind of optional. If you lose, you get a medal.
I usually just win. So
yeah, me too. Because I'll get better medals than that.
Yeah, the circle thing is not that hard to win.
Yeah. When I fought Setzer the first time, I thought that's the struggle champion. And then in the real Twilight Town, Cypher was the champion. I said, yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, this isn't the actual FF6 Setzer.
Yeah, I've never played that. He's not human, is he?
In the actual game?
Yeah, in the Final Fantasy 7. Final Fantasy 6.
In 6, he's a regular guy that uses like dice and darts as his weapon.
Oh, I thought he was some kind of creature.
No.
And they made him human.
He's got the only airship in the game, so you kind of need him to get places.
Oh. Yeah, in the manga, Cypher sees Kairi and has a crush on her, which said I could buy that, huh? Yeah, he has a thing for Kairi in the manga.
I just laughed at that.
Yeah,
Sorry, but she's already taken.
yeah, and and in, and in a later scene, Cage, look at look when Ino meets Sora, we'll get there, okay? She let me say
Okay.
she will flirt with Sora, and Sakura will say, "Forget it, girl. He's Kairi's," because she ships Sokai so hard.
Oh, she probably does.
Yep. Besides Riku, she's the number one Sokai shipper in the games.
Yeah.
Then we have that famous scene in the clock tower where he hands him those crystal balls. Then he falls out of the clock tower. Th- Meanwhile, back in Destiny Islands, Kairi hears Sakura coming. It's Sakura and Selfie. Of course, Sakura and
Is Sakura
Kairi
wearing that like school outfit?
yeah. She lives with Kairi for now.
Cool.
They're like sisters.
Aw.
Of course, yeah. Of course, she's starting to remember Naruto, but Kyrie's still picking. They're still picking pieces about Sora because he's, as you know, he's the main character. And Selfie says, "Whatever happened to Riku? I sure miss him." And Kyrie smiled. He's far away, but I know we'll see him again. And Sakura mentions and Naruto. She misses him so much. She looks like in this. She's 13, but she looks like her part 2 self more.
Probably like in between the part 1 and part 2 look.
Yeah, we never. Yeah. And Kyrie was talking about that boy, and Selfie was confused, but Sakura knows who she's talking about, but she doesn't remember it. We used to play together on the island. His voice used to be there, but now it's gone. I can't think of his name, or face, or his name. I feel awful about it. So I told myself, I'm not going back to the island until I remember everything about it. Are you sure you didn't make him up? Asked Selfie. And Kyrie nodded. Then she had a headache and hears somebody's voice. Nominee, what's happening to me? Who are you? That's not my name. I'm Kyrie. Kyrie, I know you. You're that girl he likes. When I heard him say that, even Roxas sees it.
Yeah.
Please, a name. I'm Roxas. Okay, Roxas. But can you tell me his name? You don't remember my name? Thanks a lot, Kyrie. Okay, I guess
Yeah.
I could give you a hint. Starts with an S.
I first heard that line. I didn't know who that was at first because I wasn't expecting his voice to have changed that much.
Me neither. I thought it was still Roxas.
Yeah.
But that was when I was a young, naive fool.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Then Kyrie starts. Remember, she goes back to the islands and sends the sends a letter in a bottle. And Sakura asks, "Well, what'd you do?" She says, "It's a letter. I wrote it yesterday to the boy I can't remember. I said no matter who he is, I'll find him one day. And when I stopped writing, we made a promise, something important. This letter's where it starts. I know it. Wow, I hope he gets it. He will. Starts with an S, right? Sora? Then Sakura said, "Of course, Sora was his name." And Kairi said this, "Yeah, and he probably still, he probably, if he sees me like this, he's probably on an adventure. Someday he might need me. Sakura, I need your help. Hmm? I need you to train me to be a better fighter." Mm. And Sakura said, "Well then, let's get down to business." And get it? Let's get down to business.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
it.
Yeah, but we'll talk. We'll talk about that when we get to Mulan's world. Wink.
Yeah.
Anyway, what should we do next? The oh yeah, the
Probably
organization.
just skip to the last Roxas day.
Yeah, but first we gotta. Do we need the Organization 13 scene where Axel says he can't, where he's begging him not to kill him, to kill Roxas, or bring back Roxas. You know what I mean?
I mean, probably yeah. We can keep that.
Okay, yeah. Roxas is at a meeting with other men with black coat. I mean Axel. He says, "You can't possibly mean that. It's too soon." He says, "Why do you hesitate? You don't have any feelings at all. You know the rules. Traitors must be eliminated." But he's not a traitor. He could come back. If he does not return, then he will pay the price. And he says, "You'll turn me into a dusk? Fine, I'll do it." The next day is Roxas is restoration at 97%. Then Roxas wakes up. He sees himself. He says, "Man, I cannot see, guy." It was he's now a hallucination. Nobody can see him now. He looks at it and there's a picture of them, but he's not in it. That will be important later.
Yeah.
Anyway, um,
I think the
Rock,
manga did this version better where he meets Axel and then Axel notices Roxas is crying.
yeah, haven't read, I haven't read that part. Anyway, um, then nobody surrounded him, and then Axel said, "Look what it's come to. I've been giving these Ickies orders to destroy you if you refuse to come back with me. We're best friends, right? Sure, but I'm not getting turned into a duck. Wait a second. You remember now? Yeah. Yo, gotta make sure now. So, what's our boss's name?" And Roxas didn't answer. He said, "Can't believe this." And he grabs a stick and it turns into a keyblade. And he kills all the nobodies. And he prepares to fight Axel. But then Axel freezes. Then he hears Ansem or Diz's voice, "Roxas, to the action. The time has come." Hater, pets, let. He thought it. He thought. I guess he thought he would. If he screams it, they will remember him again, or things will go back to normal. Then he goes to the mansion and sees it's locked, and he says, "Don't call me and lock me up." Then he has a vision of young Sora, will of unlocking the keyhole. Then he uses the keyblade to unlock the game. He meets with Namine, and Namine explains who she is, what she did, and Organization 13. And he says, "Are they a bad group?" And she says, "I don't know. They're incomplete people who wish to be whole. To that end, they're desperately searching for something. What? Kingdom Hearts. What is Kingdom Hearts? We don't know.
Nobody
Not even.
does.
Yeah. It's still. Which I don't think I like Nominee saying bad or good. I don't know because they are bad. Organization 13.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. And Roxas asks, "What's gonna happen to me now?" Just tell me that. Nothing else really matters. Which is my favorite, probably my favorite Roxas line. And I thought McCartney sold it.
Yeah,
You are
he really
nominated.
did.
Yeah. Yeah, and Brittany Snow was pretty good as nominee. I
He
don't know if she's
was.
better than. Is she better than Megan Martin?
I'm not really sure.
I mean, Megan was really good in Chain of Memories. Anyway, then nominee disappeared, as I like to call it, Thanos style. There's no knowledge that has the power to change your fate, says Diz. Even if it doesn't. I want to know. I have a right to know. A nobody doesn't have the right to know, nor does it have a right to be. But what is a nobody? Diz, we're out of time. Too many nobodies. Then nominee comes out of the dark corridor and says, Roxas, nobody likes us or have a person. You won't disappear. You'll be whole. I'll disappear? No, you won't disappear. No further outbursts, says Diz. Roxas, we will meet again, and then we can talk about everything. I may not know it's you, and you may not know it's me, but we will meet again. Someday soon. I promise. Let her go. Nominee! Before that scene, I didn't really like Diz. Till I found out he was Ansem the White, until who he was. Then I felt
Yeah,
sorry. Then I felt sorry for what Xehanort did. Anyway,
yeah.
then Roxas drew a picture of that that opened up the 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 lab. Then we have that. Then he started having visions of him being an organization member and him finding out who he is. Then he gets all pissed and smashes the computer that started the Roxas hates meme. I remember back in
I did
2007.
like that scene.
Yeah, me too. Show, shows Roxas' frustration. Then Roxas fights a bunch of nobodies. Then Axel comes by. He started having remember him being best friends, and and this, and he started having visions of a girl with black hair that looks similar to Kyrie. And said, who's that? That could be Namen. Anyway, Axel. So you really do remember me this time. I'm so flattered. But you're too late. Then he's starting to remember he can wield two keyblades. And his, then Axel says two, which then he's then he wields his chakrams worm. Then they fight each other. And of course Roxas wins. And they have this vision of your mind's made up. Why did Keyblade choose me? I have to know. You can't turn on the organization. You get on your bad side, they'll destroy you. No one would miss me. That's not true.
Honestly, I just love how McCartney delivered that line.
Yeah, me too. That's not true. I would. Axe, let's meet again in the next life. Yeah, I'll be waiting. Then he disappears in a dark corridor, silly, just because you have a next life. When I thought that, I thought Axel died. Then he sees the egg shaped thing where Don and Goofy slept. He says he sees another one, and he sees Naruto in there. He says, Naruto? Yeah, because he's a. He also feels a feminine hand touching. and he looks behind to see a beautiful, tall, red-headed lady with a beautiful smile. And he says, "Wait, who are you?" Then she disappeared. He said, "Who was that?" But we know who it is.
Yeah.
Then he enters the chamber, and then he sees Diz at last. The Keyblades chosen one. Who are you talking to? Me or Sora? To half of Sora, of course. You reside in darkness. When I need to find a mountain to move the realm of light and destroy Organization 13. Why? Who are you? I am a servant of the world. And if I'm a servant, then you should consider yourself a tool at best. What? Is that supposed to be a joke? Cause I'm not laughing. then he runs over and attacks him, but it was a hologram. My apologies. This is only database projection. Ah! And then he gets all frustrated. Come over here. I hate you so much. You should share some of that hatred with Sora and Naruto. They're far too nice for their own good. No! My heart belongs to me. Then Sora's Sora's egg opened and says, Sora, he sees him sleeping. He gives him a sad smile and says, You're lucky. Looks like my summer vacation is over. Then,
Sorry, that's like one of the saddest scenes ever.
yeah, it is. Makes you feel. I didn't know Roxas that much then, but it makes me feel so bad for him. Then we see the title,
I
Kingdom Hearts.
know. Why he's
Yeah.
one of the best characters.
Yeah. I don't like. Sora's my favorite character, but he's in my top 5.
I think it's pretty universal that Roxas is everybody's favorite.
Yeah, but I think but Sora's still my favorite character.
Yeah, I like him.
Which, yeah, back in the train station, a mysterious train came, and out comes the famous Mickey Mouse and the Organization 13 code. When I saw that, a lot of people laughed at thought he looked silly. To me, I thought he looked kind of badass.
He did.
I kind of like that. Huh? Mickey? Yeah. I kind of like badass Mickey.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think only Kingdom Hearts is where he's the most badass.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's sad that Square Enix is treating him with more respect than Disney nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, because especially that toddler show called Mickey's Playhouse, I used to watch that with my niece all the time, and I thought, please. Then I wanted to wish that it was Kingdom Hearts Mickey coming and said, "That's not who I am at all." You know what I mean? In fact, I watched a lot of Walt Disney cartoons. Mickey was not the nice, sweet person he is now. He is portrayed to be. You know what I mean?
No.
Anyway, back
I think
on topic.
a lot of the characters back then were all assholes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially like Goofy.
Yeah. Speaking of switch, back in the mansion, Naruto wakes up. Ugh, that was some nap. I could go for some ramen. Wait a minute, Donald, Goofy. Then Donald Goofy wakes up. I think we needed that nap. Of course, yo. Where are we? I said, Naruto? Where's Sire? I said, I don't know. we better go find it. Then then they see
Do they notice
then they
that Naruto's clothes look tighter on him?
yeah and said, "What am I, Naruto? What happened to your clothes?" What? Ah! Why do they feel tight? then, then I guess we better find Sora. Then then Sora's egg opened and revealing him. Then he stretched. Then he sees Naruto, Donald, and Goofy. Then they have that scene where they all jumped up and down. Then Jiminy says, "That was some nap. You mean you were asleep? I guess we must have been, or I didn't think we'd be so drowsy. What do you think we went to sleep? Uh, let's see. We defeated Ansem, restored peace to the world, found Kairi and Sakura. Oh yeah. Then we went to look for Riku. I think that's right so far." Naruto says, "Yeah, you're right. But what were we doing next?" What was it? What did it say in your journal, Jiminy? Gee, there's only one sentence. Thank nominee. I wonder who that is. I'm surprised Jiminy didn't go into freak out like he did in Chain of Memories. Some journal
Yeah.
that. What do you say we find out where we are? Which is Jiminy's last scene in the in Cage 2. Yeah, that's one thing I disagree with Doug Walker, the nostalgia critic. He doesn't like Jiminy, but I do. Maybe because I have a fondness. I loved Pinocchio when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Anyway, besides, I think he's always the narrator in those those Disney VHS films. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, they walk through Twilight Town, and Sora says, "I think I've been to this town. What's it called?" "Yes, Sora. What's it called?" Hmm. Guess I just must have imagined it. Then they see Hayner in the gang. They ask, "What do you want?" Nothing. Just wondering what's back there. Now you know this is our spot. What? You guys are new here, right? I'm Pence. Hayner, nice to meet you. We got stuff to do, so catch you later. My name's Alette. Hey, did you do the summer homework yet? Independent studies are the worst. Homework? I could I could see Sora saying I haven't returned my homework in weeks. I could he's smart, but well, he's not smart, but he's not stupid. He's not stupid either. He's just
Yeah.
he's just lazy. And Naruto says, I flunked I flunked out of the academy years ago, but then I passed. Long story. Anyway, my name's Naruto, and I'm Sora. Well, I'm that's Donald, and I'm Goofy. And then Hayner and Pence and Olette looked at each other and said, "Naruto, Sora, Donald, Goofy. We met someone who was just looking for you. He sure seemed in a hurry. He had a black coat on, so I couldn't see his face, but he had these big round ears. The kid! Where'd you see him? At the station. At the station. Thanks. Well, we better get back to our assignment." Later, they said, "I'll buy. The king's trying to find us." "Yeah, let's get to the station." Then they meet. Did you ever watch that scene where they meet Cypher?
Yes.
Yeah, I could see them meeting Cypher and says, "Hey, you here to pick a fight with us?" He says, "Fight? We're not here to fight." Yeah, yeah, we're not. we're not here to fight. We just got here. He said, okay, smart legs. Time to show you how to mess up with my town. Bring it. And Naruto says, man, this guy reminds me of Sasuke. then the then the then the struggle promoter, who has the voice built from Bill Farmer, says, you sure sounds familiar.
Really?
Yeah, that is Bill. Yeah, that is Bill Farmer. He's the struggle promoter. Anyway, he says, if you're gonna fight, why not have a struggle match? A struggle match? Asks Naruto. And he says, yes, a struggle
I
match.
did not know that.
Yeah, I think that was his real voice too. Those.
Hmm.
Then they get to this train station. Then they get attacked by nobodies, and Sora brings out his Keyblade. They get in and they fight all the nobodies. Then they get all tired, worn out, probably from all that sleep they had. Then Mickey comes to the rescue, and he does it Yoda style. then they then Sora looks in awe, and Donald push him and says, "Your Majesty." Then Naruto pushes the others. Is that you? Shh! You gotta board the train and leave town. The train knows the way. And he gives him money. Here. Then Sora takes it, and looks at it. Your Majesty. The king? Was that really him? He could have been. Yep, I know it was. Now we know he's okay. Thank goodness. But wait, wasn't Riku with him? Yeah. If he then he gotta be here somewhere. You're right, Sora. Well, I'm gonna go look for Riku. Then he and I can go back to the islands together. Kyrie's there waiting for us. What are you guys gonna do? Sora, you gotta ask. Then Sora looks at Don Goofy's face and says, hey, what's so funny? Your face. Then they look at each other and smile. Then they all get a laugh. What do you say, guys? Let's stick together for one more journey. To where again? We have to board the train. Oh, yeah. Come on. Then they get on the train, then they meet. Then Hayner and Pintonolette said, we came to see you off. Seems like something we gotta do. Oh, really? Thanks, says someone. That's real nice of you, Naruto says. Then Sora brings out the pouch. He says, oh, what is it? And Olette shows her her pouch and said, oh, the sign. Yeah. And Naruto said that either the king must know how to make pouches. Because either that or he bought them from the same store owner than they made. But I just made it. I said, oh. Then then Sora shrugged and said, 4 tickets, please. Then the train comes and said, I can't help but feel like we won't see this town again. Why not? You're thinking too much. Yeah, you're right. I think that was the Roxas in him saying that. Then says, we better get. Are you guys ready? Don Goofy says, yeah. And Sora and Naruto see them off and say, hey, Sora? Are you sure we haven't met before? And Sora thinks about it and says, positive. Why do you ask? I don't know. Then he started to tear up. And then,
I love that scene too.
Yeah. Don't know where it came from. Pull it together. Right. See ya. Letting takes out that pouch and he out the crystal. And Sora says, you know, I'm sad. We'll be back. Yeah, we can visit Hager and those guys again. Yeah, and maybe we can teach. and maybe we can bring some ramen with them. Sorry. Then there's an additional scene of 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 the mysterious man. We're not gonna say who it is because it'd be cool if we remain a mystery to who it is rather than revealing to be
Yeah.
Ansem, Axel, and Namine.
Mm-hmm.
Then they said, "There's there's no homes we can go to, but there is someone I want to meet." And and then says then Axel says, "Well, what do you want us here? The old man ordered us to get rid of us." And Namine says, "Diz wants to get rid of me." And then he says, then the hooded man says, "Go." Then he reveals a portal of corridor. He says, "I owe you." "For what?" "Castle Oblivion. Now go." Then she smiles and gives him a hug, and we don't see it, but the man blushes. It's implying something.
Hmm.
Anyway, back in Sora's train. The train ended up in a mysterious tower. Then the train disappeared, and so while Sora says, "There goes our ride," and then Naruto goes over and talks to the train. "Oh no! How are we gonna get out of here now?" Because I can see that happening, don't you? Naruto freaking out. It's not sources. Calm down. Then they see a mysterious figure. Donald Goofy says, "That guy looks familiar, but I can't take who it is." And he stopped. "What's going on?" "I sent some of my lackeys inside to see if the master of this tower is big as tough as they say. Word is he's a real powerful sorcerer, which makes him the perfect bodyguard for me. So it don't matter how tough he is. Once he's a heartless, he'll do as I say." "A heartless?" "That's right. There's those things that come into darkness in folks' heart. Why, with all this heartless in my sight, my dear friend Maleficent is gonna conquer everything." I've played that game too many times. And since I got me a debt to pay, I'm going around a bunch of different world heartless, special for her. Who am I talk to these people anyway? Go on, Scram. I'm behind schedule as it is. You ought to find something nicer to do. Sazu! It's you! Pete? What are you two Nimrods doing here? What are you doing here? You know him? We sure do. Pete's been causing trouble for ages. His Majesty banished him to another dimension a long time ago. I wonder how he escaped. Of course, Minnie was the one that banished him. And as we see in Birth by Sleep.
Yeah, I was just gonna bring that up. It was Minnie that put him in there.
Yeah, I don't know what Goofy said.
Retcons.
What?
Retcons.
Yeah. Anyway, says, "You want to know how? The Maleficent busted me out. That's how. Now your world, no, all the world belong to yours truly, because Maleficent's gonna help me conquer them." "Maleficent," Naruto chuckled. They all laughed. "What are you laughing at? Maleficent's power is so great that she's toast." "Oh, sorry, but Maleficent can help you now." "What do you mean?" "You. So you're the ones that did it." "Well, we might have something to do with it." I just love Sora's. I just love that line by Sora. That was like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That was like a Spider-Man quip. Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
and Naruto says, "Yeah, we said something like, yeah, we had a part in it." Then that pissed off piece of Heartless Squad round up. Then they see the Heartless, and Naruto says, "Those I could beat the police with one hit watch." Next time, then he turns around and said, then he taps Pete's back. He was behind him. Says hello. Then he kicks him out. Then he kicks him off the stairs and pushes him out of the way. And I think that's more plausible because next thing he was in the tower, in front of the tower, and the other one scene he's in front of the tower, and the next he's on the grass. Remember that?
Yeah.
Then he says, nobody messes with the mighty Pete. All right, mighty Pete, says Naruto as he does it in quotation marks. Who lives in this tower anyway? Oh, you don't know. Well, it's old Yen Sid. Of course, he's probably a heartless by now. Master Yen Sid lives here? I still do. I think Nominate played a part in him forgetting about Yen Sid, where Yen Sid lived.
Yeah, because wasn't Donald at the tower in Birth by Sleep?
Yeah. Yen Sid is the king's teacher. Wow, sounds powerful. Then Pete gives a shock reaction. Then he throws a tantrum like a little girl. up there, Yensid is in his tower. He has this feeling. We don't see his face, but we hear his voice. It's like one of those scenes where you don't reveal the character until the main character gets there.
Yeah.
I see them together again. Though I was sworn to keep it secret. I must about their relationship. I still must do it in respect to Minato and Kushina because they're not ready yet, or the fourth Hokage. I mean, because we don't know Minato's name yet.
Okay.
Then they all bow to Yensen, Master Yensen. It's an honor. And Naruto and Sora says, "Hi, Sora, Naruto, show some respect." But Yensen waves it down and says, "So you are Sora and Naruto. Now then, have you seen the king yet?" "Yes, we did, Master. We didn't get a chance to talk to him." "Yes, the king has been busy of late. Therefore, instructing you for falls upon my shoulders. You have another journey for you. You must be well prepared." "You mean we have to go on another quest?" asked Sora. "I was looking forward to finding my friend Riku so we can go back to the islands." "Yeah, and I gotta get home to Kahuna." "Naruto, Kahuna hasn't been found." "What?" "It still hasn't been restored yet." "But what? But I thought if we defeated ants, all the world would be restored." Yin said, looks down and said, "Not all of them. There's a few more, and your world, Kahuna, is still one of them." He says, "What? You mean all this for nothing?" He said, "No, you saved all your worlds, and your friends are still alive." "Oh, that's one consolation prize," says Naruto. But Sora's thought, it's good that their friends alive, but gotta go on another quest? Yes. However, everybody in your journey, Sora, is connected. Whenever you return home to the islands, or would return with your friend, or whether or not the islands will still be there, and the key connects them all is you, Sora. And that same goes for you, Naruto. Where? The keys? Then they reveal their keyblade and said, "Charles and Wielder are the keyblade. You are the keys that can open the door to light." And they all bow. And then Yen Sid says, "Now, let us speak of the enemies you will surely confront. In times such as you, Donald, yearns to the darkness, they too will become heartless. but you know this. And Donald complains, "Why am I there?" This says, "Let it go, Donald," says Naruto. Now then, these creatures. Now, when some creature, be they evil or good, becomes a heartless, an empty shell leaves behind and creates the nobody. You see, nobodies don't exist at all. Nobodies seems, but this may seem to have feelings, but this is a ruse. They only pretend to have hearts. You must not be deceived. Sora says, "Nobodies. They don't exist." Then he's shown now these creatures. They're formerly known as dust. They are the most common nobody. I mean, but there are others, some larger, someone frightening and unique powers. Be vigilant. Still, they shall dark of dusk, destined to return to darkness. But then you see the organization members. The beings you see before you now are different. These group of powerful nobodies formed a group called Organization 13. It commands the lesser nobodies. Organization 13? Sora asks. Then he looks at Donald and Goofy, and they both shake their heads, not knowing what they are. He asks Naruto, "Not me." Then, then, organ, then, Yen says, um, they are looking for a goal. What that goal is, we do not know, but we all do know that they're we do not know. Well, the king sensed the danger and journeyed forth to fight it. He found a dark room's key lane, and with it closed the door. Now he's traveled from world to world as he seeks the answers to the riddle of the nobodies in the organization. Then Sora says, "Then I guess we better find the king first. But where could he be?" "Well, we don't know till we look." "Yeah, and the king must know Riku is, because the two of them were in, in the close the door after defeating Ansem. So, before you go, you need more traveling clothes, the two of you. Those clothes seem too small for you. But there you'll find 3 good fairies. They, they will create you appropriate garments." "Gosh, Sora, you sure are growing fast." "Yeah, you too, Naruto. Your clothes came out of looks like it's straight out of the washing machine." And Naruto's, "Hey." Then they enter the wardrobe room. They see the fairies chattering. "Me? You guys? Riku and the king. I don't care who this organization is, or one is planning. With the with 6 of us, I mean 7 of us, there's nothing to worry about, right?" "Yeah." I don't know why he said 6 of us in the original. Was he meaning Roxas too?
Maybe.
Well, look who is here, dears. Sora, Donald, and Goofy, the 3 good fairies. Oh, if you're coming for clothes, you're coming to the right place. I'll do the designing. Then they have this, and the scene when they change Sora's clothes, it's gonna go over the top. It's like from the manga. One time they gave
Like in
they
the manga.
yeah, like yeah, they gave gave Sora Sasuke clothes. It's like, "Hey, Sasuke's part 2 clothes. Hey, what is this?" Then they said, "So sorry." Then they have Naruto dressed as Spider-Man and said, "This is cool, but this isn't me." Then they gave Then another. Then they made Naruto dressed like Luffy. Can you just decide?
Not bad, but I don't think it's really for me either.
Then they finally gave him new clothes. It's gonna be Kingdom Hearts version of his Part 2 clothes. Only they're short. They're shorter but comfortable. And they gave him
From
a new
Naruto?
yeah. And and then and then Meriwether says, "This is a gift for Master Yin. It's to remind you of your home. It's a new it, it's a new headband for him." And he puts it on and said, "Now that feels better." Then they give Sora's new clothes, and this time's even more over the top. One one he dressed like a Disney princess. Hey, I'm a get me off this. This is awkward. Then they have him. Then they have him dressed up as Ichigo. So, what's this? Then they make him look like
I would have said Deku.
huh? What'd you say?
I would have said make him like look like Deku.
You okay, Deku? Then they gave him his. Now they said, "Together now, dears, and no more squabbling." Then they gave him his famous black clothes, and he said, "Oh my, oh yes, he looks very dashing. If Miss Kairi were here, she would faint. That look at Naruto." I mean, actually, Donald Goofy was saying, "If Kairi was here, she would faint." That same goes for Sakura, and for some reason, that feels right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says,
They both get the Star Seeker Keyblade when they get Valor form.
yeah. And Naruto said, "Wow, this is so cool." And thanks for not changing my hair, by the way. Can you imagine if I had shorter hair? It's a shot of, you know what's it a shot at.
I know.
Sorry, I can't resist bashing the last version of Naruto.
No, it's fair.
Yeah. Then they said, "Your garments will have other powers, but you will discover what they are as you continue to your journey." Okay, we'll do our best, and thanks a lot. Oh, and then there's something else from you, from Master Yen Sin. I'll buy. They walk through the hallway, and Yen motions them over a window. They see a gummy ship fly. Hey, it's the gummy ship. So you guys ready to go? They all nodded. Then they kneel before. Then they stood before Yen said. He says, "Now, just a moment. Because of your previous endeavors, the worlds have returned to their original states. That means the pathways between them has disappeared. How do we get around? Do not fear. If what the king suspected proves true, the worlds have prepared new pathways along which we may travel. These pathways may be utilized by locking special gates. How these gates are open, I'm afraid I, I do not know." And Naruto said, "That sounds like a cop out." Because it wasn't a cop. It was kind of a. No, and Naruto says, "Now I think about it, the pathways, the pathways seem pointless since we're gonna open new pathways, and then
Yeah.
you know what I mean."
Yeah.
I don't know if Nomura said that because he thought this would be one game, either one game hit or never mind. Anyway, they said they said these the Keyblade will serve as your guide. When a beam of light radiates from the Keyblade, return to the Gummy ship. Though the worlds may seem far apart and out of reach, they nonetheless remain connected in invisible ties, as do our hearts. And Sora said, our hearts are connected. That is correct. Got it. But be warned, as you proceed, the heartless and nobodies will be using their own paths, corridors of darkness from world to world. They may be attempting to leak dark pathways between the worlds. Hey, that's not fair. I agree with Donald here. Now, that is all the information I can give you. Go forth, Sora, Donald, and Goofy. Everyone is waiting. Okay, let's get going. Master Yan said, we sure do appreciate the help. And next scene is, my goodness, what's that? The fairies notice the strange creature. It's it's Maleficent's raven. Have somewhere. Oh, Maleficent! Then they see the raven carrying a long black dress. He sets it off and he flies away. Haven't we seen somewhere this somewhere before? Yes, dear. I wonder whose it was. Oh, Maleficent! She covered her mouth. No, we mustn't remember her name. Oh, she was a meal. Oh no, the memories are coming back. What do we do? Oh, what do we do? Then they have horrible memories of another life. You know what that another life is? The live action Maleficent.
The live action version?
Yeah, the bat. Yeah, where there's not a likable character in the movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, then Maleficent begins to change and rise. Perhaps we should tell Master Ian said it, says Fawn. Yes, we must too. Hurry. And then the two fairies leave the room. Then Merryweather screams, Maleficent! And leaves. But Maleficent back. It's good to be back. Now, it's time to conquer the worlds. Of course, it's a callback to Rita Repulsa saying, after 10,000 years, I'm free. It's time to conquer Earth.
Yeah, I could see that.
When they get to the gummy ship, they see Hollow Bat. They see a world, and only one? That's no good. Wait, I think it's a world we know. They go to Hollow Bastion, and they stop by to check on Leon and the gang. Then they see a familiar face. It was Winry. Winry! And she hears a familiar voice and smiles. Sora, Naruto, Donald, Goofy, how are you guys? We're good. How are you and Ada doing? Well, he hasn't got his body back, but we haven't been a developing situation. She just shows out her finger. Then Naruto notices it. No way, you guys are. Of course, Ed and Winry are engaged in this. He proposed with the equivalent.
Okay.
And here's how he proposed. I'll give you half of your life, and you give me half of mine. And I said, "Oh, does everything gotta be alchemy? It's nonsense. What do you say? It's nonsense. Why don't I just give you my whole life?" I didn't mind that. I mean, maybe half or. You're incredible. He says, "What does that mean? Are you making fun of me?" Not at all. Then he hugs her, and she says, "Yeah, and yes." And that made Naruto cry. In fact, it made me emotional too when I saw that. There's so how what are Ed and them doing? Oh, they're at Merlin's house. You want to come with me? Sure. Then they get all attacked by nobodies. I don't think Winry fights. No, she's not a fighter. Then they all get surrounded by nobodies. Then they hear shots. They look at it's to see Riza and Mustang. Riza, Colonel Mustang, the Colonel, says Naruto. Says, it's good to see you boys too. Now how are you doing? Good. You must have quite an adventure. Says, we must thank you for defeating Ansem and returning us to our home world. That was not the no, though it's in bad shape, we could still make it work. We call ourselves the Hollow Bastion Restoration Committee. I am in charge of of the military, but Leon's in charge of the Restoration Committee. So, and I'm part of it. I still fix automail, says Winry. They go to Merlin's house and they meet, and Sora knocks on the door, and Yuffie opens it. I told you, we don't want your freaking cookie. And that scared Naruto. And I said, "Oh, Naruto, Sora, come on in." Then she noticed something about Naruto's. He's gotten cute. If only he didn't have a girlfriend. Because I could see Yuffie saying that. And then, while talking to each other,
yeah,
they see, yeah, I'm back from my mission. Naruto looks around and gasps. It's Shikamaru. What? Hey, Naruto! I haven't seen you, man. In fact, I knew it. And Naruto asked, "Knew what?" A while back, we suddenly all remembered you guys, all at the same time, says Leon. Wait, you remember? Wait, does that mean you forgot about us? Thanks, says Donald pouting. So where have you guys been? We were sleeping. Where? In cold storage, asks Sid. Then he noticed Ed. Hey, Ed, Winry told me the good news. Congratulations. And Ed says, thanks. Then he noticed something different. In fact, actually, Ed get his... No, he's not going to get his body back yet. We'll say that for 3, okay?
Okay.
And Al's still there? So then okay. So then Naruto asks, "Have you seen Riku and the King?" And they all said no. Says, "All right, sorry, but if you need any help, just let us know, okay?" Says Aerith. Okay, thanks. Don't go thinking us just yet. Hollow Bastion's got a problem, a big problem. You mean like nobodies and heartless? That's right. Sound like you could use our help. And let's cut to the chase, says Leon. Sora, Naruto, Donald, Goofy. We're hoping you can lend us a hand around here. And Sora pounds his chest and says, like we're gonna say no? Huh. I forgot who I'm dealing with. Hey, what do you mean by that? Just thinking that Sora's like a Leon compliment. Follow me to the Bailey. There's something you need to know. Then Merlin comes and then asks, I thought it was you. Right on time. It's Ireland. So when the gang said, well, they're going to help out. Splendid. We'll count on you. Did you give him the cards, dear? Oh. Then Aerith gives him cards. Here, they're presents for him. Leon, see my Sword looks at it and says, Hall Bastion Restoration Committee honorary members. Membership card. Yeah, that's so cool. I've always wanted to be a member of something. Hey, thanks. Huh? Oh no, we're supposed to be the Bailey. Then, then Merlin asks, "Hold on, Sword. Let me. Can I? How's your magic doing? My magic? Is it? Oh, maybe you forgot it while you were sleeping." And then Merlin says, "Oh, what am I gonna do with you boys? And I suppose I could use some spells, but be careful with them." All right, sure. Thanks, Merlin. To the Bailey and fast. And they all reach the Bailey to meet Leon. And Roy Mustang says, Look at that. We all want to restore Calabash to what it used to be. Yeah, and who knows? Maybe something we... But there's not a lot we can do, but I'm sure we can handle it. Except for that, and that. They pointed at desks in the castle. We'll take care of them. Well, that's good. So, guys, do you know what's going on then? Yeah, there's this big dumb guy, Pete. He's been going around plotting with the Heartless, says Naruto. Yeah, he's not smart enough to tie his own shoes. The ones we need to worry about are the nobodies. And those Organization 13 guys. And Naruto says, and Naruto says, you know what? They sound like the Akatsuki now that I think about it. You cold? He says, I heard a voice. You're doing well. Who's that? This calls for a celebration. That was kind of decent voice acting.
You're trying to be Paul St. Peter?
What? What'd you say?
You trying to do the Paul St. Peter voice?
Yes.
Are you trying to do the Paul St. Peter voice?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Then Sora, Naruto, and Leon and Roy Mustang battle the nobodies in the Bailey to prevent them from going through the gate before they could hurt innocent people. Once they get rid of all of them, they hear the familiar voices. The Keyblade, a truly marvelous weapon. We're the more capable hands. Show yourself. Then they appear at the central Hall of Bastion. The leader raises his arms as he's followed by five more men in black coats. He says, "Look, it's our Organization 13," says says Goofy. And there's only 6 of them, asks Naruto. Good, now we can settle. What a shame. And here I thought we could be friends. Move! Then Donald tries to stop him. But then one of the organization members appeared before them. It's Oopsie Daisy. Move! Says Naruto. Now, do you think that's polite, shutting me down like that? I say get out of the way! As if. You could talk all you want, but that won't change a thing. Then we're gonna make you move. See, that would work. If I wasn't any other old dude. Except I'm not. I'm with the organization. Nothing any old about me. Ha! Tough talk from for someone who stood on the sideline while nobody flunkies did the fighting, says Sora. Oh dear. I think you got the wrong impression. You gonna cry? As if. Why don't I remind you how tough the crowd you're dealing with really is? Remind me. Then he gives a glare. That's right. He used to give me that same exact look. The first time I replayed that game, I thought he meant Roxas, but then later on, we know it really means Ven.
Yeah, I think he had somewhat of a plan going into like Birth by Sleep with this.
Yeah, I guess you could psych us out by saying really random stuff, says Nard. Gee, I just don't know. Be a good boy now. Why? Then he tries to chase him, but he disappeared. Nazi. God, that was weird. Who gave him the same look? Asked Sora. I think he's trying to confuse you, Sora, says Nard. Yeah, you're right. Only one me. He gives. They both give each other smiles. At the Hall of Aspen Restoration Committee honorary member. Then the card glows. Says, huh? What's going on? Gosh, you think? Then Sora does that Keyblade pose, and then the light appears. Then there's Ed as wind blows through his clothes, and hair as crown symbol appears on the ground. And then it reveals a keyhole. Sora Sora locks it and it opens up the gate. Now he gets it. Oh, that must be the gateway Yin Sid talked about. Ow, boy! Sorry to run, guys, but other worlds are calling. Organization 13, says Roy. They look tough. Be careful out there. See you soon. Then they both give each other waves. Meanwhile, the Organization 13 layer, they question, do my eyes deceive me? These they're nothing but boys. Give them a chalk. It means they're straight as arrows, which means their hearts are full of light. It better be, or it's worthless. And what's your affection? And Supreme One, Superior. What's your fascination with that Uzumaki? Besides the fuck, is it because he has that demon inside him? Yes, and I feel connected with that demon somehow. I heard that it's because you two have the same voice. Because I heard that dude speak before, and you two sound like. No, it's much deeper than that. Because I could see Xehanort having a fascination with Karuma when he was studying for Ansem the Wise.
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't believe Paul St. Peter's was the voice of Karuma, like he voiced Xemnas.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he says, You are all dismissed for now. Go. Then all this appearances. This could be interesting. Oh, Lord Okage. Fourth Hokage. What's the connection with the fourth Hokage? You'll see. Then later on, they notice Twilight Town is gone.
Birth by Sleep will tell.
Yep. Birth by Sleep might be the shortest thing we do before we do KH3. Okay? Or Dream Dot Distant. Anyway, they noticed one problem when they got to the gummy ship. Twilight Town is gone. Where'd it go? Sources, I don't know. Then Source said, maybe if we go to the other worlds and open more pathways, maybe it'll come back again. And Naruto said, yeah, you're right. Then they open the first gateway to an open path, and then go to Mulan's world. And it's gonna be similar to the movies. Like Mulan is trying to be a man. I need a miracle. Did someone say a miracle? Now let me hear you say That's close enough. Who am I? Who am I? And Sora and the others came out and noticed, and said, "A heartless? I'm not sure. Let's get the jump on him," says Sora. Gosh, we better look before we leap. I could see Sakura saying, "No, you idiots, get back here." If she was there. I can see. Anyway, they all rushed in. Who am I? I am the incredible, the magnifying, the indestructible Mushu. And then they all looked at him and saying, "Wait, I've seen you before, Mushu." Wait. Then I said, "Oh, Naruto, Sora, Donald, Goofy, what are you doing here?" "I'm trying to help this girl out. This is Mulan. I mean, yeah." Then Naruto. So Mulan, isn't that a girl's name? Yeah, and Mulan was stunned by a Mushu's size and says, "My ancestors picked the lizard to help me." Hey, dragon, not lizard. I don't do that tongue thing. You're intimidating, all expiring, tiny. Of course, your travel size, but if I was real size, your cow would be done in pranks. I could see straight through your arm. Then he says, "You dishonor your whole family, dishonor you, dishonor your ow." Okay, stop. I love it. Stop.
You see Naruto saying, like, "You haven't changed at all, Mushu."
Yeah. And I could see you haven't changed at all, Mr. Who stomped on me. And Naruto says, "Hey, that was an accident." And then he says, "What's going on? If your name is Mulan, why are you looking like a guy?" She explained the story of only men. There's a war going out, and only men are allowed to be in the army. And Naruto said, "Oh, so that's what's going on." Then he said, "In my world, we have a lot of cool female ninjas, including my girlfriend Sakura. And yeah, she's my girlfriend now."
Even the leader of my village is a woman.
Yeah. But he was thinking about Sakura more because
Yeah, I know, but still.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the people in my country doesn't think so. That's why I'm in disguise as my father. Please don't tell anybody. So, sure. Of course, we wouldn't get the infamous, "You're pretending to be a boy, aren't you?" Then he's like,
Yeah.
"You're a girl?" That's my favorite. That's the funniest Sora line, in my opinion.
I don't know. Those guys would fall for anything.
"I'm right here. Hey." And then they go to the recruiting station. Then they meet Yao and Naruto. Then Mulan says, "Hey, punch him. That's how men say hello." Then she punches Yao and says, "Ooh, yeah, you made a friend." Then he says, "Slap him behind. Ooh, I'm gonna hit you so hard they'll make your ancestors dizzy." Yao. Yeah. Then they said, "You ain't worth my time, chicken boy." Then he pushed Sora and said, "Hey, no cutting. Yeah." Hey. Then they all get in a fight. Then Shang comes up and said, "Who is responsible for this?" "They are." "And who are you?" "My name is Sora, And I'm Naruto. Donald. Goofy. Yeah, we just got here and we heard about. Then he says, "All right, I'll let you in my team. And what about you for now? Since you know that Hong guy from the movie, he's in
Yeah,
there.
is that the one that was doing those like notes?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, because yeah. Anyway, they said what his name is like no, his name is. I didn't ask for his name. I asked for yours. It says uh, Achu Mushu. I said, no, what is your real name? Of course, Ping! Ping, my best friend. Ping. Although, of course, Ping did my stomach. Or then Naruto comes from behind and says, yeah. His name is Ping. And he's a boy. We just met him on the way. He says, let me see your description. He doesn't look. Then she said, Fazu. The Fazu? I didn't know Fazu had a son. He doesn't talk to me about. He doesn't talk about me much. I can see why. She tries to spit and he's I can see why. The boy's an absolute lunatic. And they said, yeah, we got a long way to go. Then he gives him sticks and Yao pushes Ping down and then Sora down and then he throws that on a stick. Because he and Sora will have a rivalry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then they hear, let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. It's the song of Make a Man Out of You. And it's the same man.
Best song of the movie.
Yeah. then the Heartless came and Sora and Dom, Goofy and Naruto and fights them off. And then on their way to the mountains, they were starting to get respect from Yao and the other guys. And then Ping was allowed to join the army. And says, "What are we fighting again?" Asks Sora. We're fighting this man named Shan Yu. He is a conqueror who murders people from cold blood. He plans to take over China. Says, well, that sounds bad. I wonder if he's in line with the Heartless. On the way, they sing "A Girl Worth Fighting For." while the others are being sexist and misogynistic, Sora and Naruto says, you know the line where it says, "My God will think I have more funds," and I am a major fun. Naruto says, "How about a girl that got a brain and always speaks her mind?" Nah. Then he hears Hong says, "I have a girl back home, unlike any other. Yeah, the only girl who loves him is his mother." Then they was about to throw Ping snowball. Then they see the burnt down village. Then we see a flashback scene of Shan Yu saying, planning his strategy. He said, the quickest way to the Emperor is through the village. Besides, the little girl is missing her doll. We should return it to her. Shan Yu may not be as cool or as funny as Jafar or Hades, but he's still a good Disney villain.
I don't really. I feel like there's not much to him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they should have gave him more character. He's just kind of he's cool, but he's better than modern Disney villains, but he's not up there with
Yeah.
Jafar, Hades, and Maleficent and Captain Hook.
Yep.
Anyway, my father should be here. Then the Captain. Then they see the burned down village. Then he sees. Then one of the Fung found his father's helmet, and he gives it to Shang. And he says, Then they go. Then they hear a heartless attack, and Sora, Donguvi, and Naruto prepares to fight. Then Mushu, then they grab the dot. The, then they came. Then Yao and said, "Stand back. We'll handle this with dynamite." Then that gives Mulan an idea. She grabs the dynamite and says, or the fire cannon. And then she pushes Yao out. And she grabs the cannon and runs higher up the mountain. She needs to find something to light it up. She sees Mushu and she stretches him to give him fire. Then she puts him in the fire cannon and says, "You're going the wrong way." and he lands at the mountain, and then it causes an avalanche. Captain? Sora asked. Look out! The snow races down the summit, plowing Shan Yu's army and Heartless. And then they all ran. Sora stares in horror, and Naruto grabs and says, "Let's run!" Then something was about to attack Naruto from behind. It almost hit him had it not be for Rock Lee. Rock Lee? What are you... Lee? Bushy brows? You're here in this world? He said, "Yes, I am here to reclaim my youth by joining the army here to fight against the usefulness of the Han army." And says, Naruto, "Who is that?" "That's Lee, the guy I was talking about." And Sora said, "Oh, you mean the one that talks about youthfulness and all that?" And you told me he has bushy brows, and he said, "Hey, only Naruto can call me that." Then Mulan saved the captain from being pummeled from being covered by avalanche. Says, "Thanks, Pete. I should never doubted you. From now on, you have my trust." Then Mushu pops out of the snow and says, First she used the ladder. Then she turned me to cannonball. That's it. Then I give up. I can't take this no more. Come on, Mulan. Let's quit the charade and go home, Mushu. Oop. Mulan. What? Can't be. Then he gives Sora and Naruto, all of them, a death glare. You all knew, didn't you? You knew Ping was really a woman in disguise. I can't. Then Hong said, "You know what the punishment for treason is? Death." Then he looks at the sword as Mulan, Sora, and the others look down in fear. And then he takes out the sword and says, "A life for a life. My debt is repaid." Then he turns around and moves to the city. "Move out." "But, Captain, You can't just. I said, move out, he said to Shifu. Sora, Sora feels bad for Mulan and says, it's okay. Then she takes off her boy disguise, revealing her true self. And I can see Naruto saying she's pretty, but she doesn't compare to Sakura. Every time he sees a pretty girl, she said she doesn't compare to Sakura.
Yeah, say maybe Jasmine or Belle.
Yeah, and Sora says, "Wow." She and same goes for Sora for Kairi. Um. Anyway, after that, they heard They heard a scream, and it said they looked down and see it was Shan Yu. He was alive. Then they gotta warn. Then they go. Then they try to warn. Then they try to warn him about Shan Yu and said, "Why should I believe you this time?" But she's telling you the truth. Then they hear Shan Yu's falcon. Then they look to see, guard the palace. Do not go. Let the enemy go anywhere near the emperor. That's an order. Then they see a bunch of his men turn into Heartless. And
they turn to the Bolt Towers.
Yeah. And Rock Lee will say, Naruto, what are these creatures? I fought them before, but I never know what they are. They're called Heartless Lee. If you turn into, and if they touch you, you turn into one. And I can see Naruto saying, those poor men, they probably had families to go back home to too. Because, Captain, we'll secure the courtyard and you can save the Emperor. That's an order, says Donald. Then they all get in the fight, and then we all went to rescue the Emperor. Now you'll bow to me. Then they say it's all locked. It's gonna be similar to the movie because I want to have that infamous scene where or a famous scene where Mushu was lining up with the cannons and said, who are you? Your worst nightmare. Where he was imitating Batman, and they all fought and Shan Yu at the roof. Is it? Now I got you where I want you. And Mulan grabs the fan and then grabs his sword and says, not quite. Ready, Mushu? I am ready, baby. Then she grabs the sword and ties it and sticks it on the ground on the roof. He tried to get the sword out, but it was too late. He exploded. He flew off and he exploded with the fire, and then turned into fireworks, which is more fitting than how he died in the cage too. He just fell down. That was
yeah.
And I said that was anticlimactic. Of course, in the manga, Zigbar shot him in the forehead. Did you remember that?
I don't think I got that far.
Yeah. Then Mushu said, that's what God calls them. Burns the bunny buns. Mulan's the best. Mulan's the best. Mulan's the best. Mushu's the best. Mushu. And Naruto says, Mushu, this is not about you. Then they hear the Emperor coming in and says, I heard a great deal about you, Mulan. You stole your father's armor, ran away from home, impersonated a soldier. You deceived your commanding officer, shamed the entire Chinese army, and dishonor your family name. Sora says, we get the picture. You're a woman. And Naruto says, Then Naruto says, "Wait, just get. You have saved us all." I said, "Say what?" We did it. All right. And I see you two must be the key bearers. Say what? Says Nard. Yes. And from their fighting styles, you two must come from the Hidden Leaf Village. I remember you one of your Hokages came and visited me. It was the fourth Hokage. Wow. The fourth Hokage sounds pretty cool, says Naruto. he, he sounds like the coolest guy ever.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know who he doesn't know, but he's talking about his dad.
Yeah.
Then they say Sora, Donald, Goofy, Naruto. Shang said, "Thank you, thank you." His daughter has ears to say, Captain, if you wish to win the heart of Bob Mulan's China's bravest woman, you have to be more eloquent than that. You don't meet a girl like that in every dynasty.
I hope he does that expression when he says dynasty.
Yeah, he does. I love Pat Morita. You know that was his final role before he died, Kingdom Hearts 2?
Was it? I thought Karate Island was.
I think Karate Island was the last one aired, but Kingdom Hearts was the last thing he did.
Wait, was that him in the game?
Yeah.
Huh.
I think it's kind of fitting that he's in and off on a high note.
Yeah.
Because he was really good in that game.
Even with some new lines he had.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do most of the first visits this week, then we'll do second one next week, okay?
I mean the week after?
Yeah, we'll do. Okay. Then we go to the next world. We're going to Beast Castle.
I feel Naruto would play a big part there since he can relate to Beast.
Yes. Says, what is this place? But before they do, they drop Lee off at Radiant Garden to meet up with Lee, and the others. Where was Gara? He was in the castle looking for secrets to Answer's castle with Leon and the others. You know what I mean? We don't see
where
him
the Ansem's computer is that it?
Yes. Ansom's computer lab.
Guessing Tamari's with him?
Yes. And no Naruto character will appear in Beast's castle because I don't think anyone would. I don't think anyone came to Beast's castle while the world was destroyed.
Yeah.
So it's first part is gonna stay the same. They hear the roar and Sora said, "Hey, that's the Beast." Yeah, maybe we should check up on him. Then they see a Heartless going through one room. Then they see it's a rose, and Naruto says, "There's something enchanting about that rose." Then the Heartless appeared, and they all get in a fight. And they all get worn out and says, "Somebody help us!" And out comes the Beast. And they say, "Urgh." Then he kills all the Heartless, and he says, "Just in time." Then he pushes Sora out of the way, and then Donald and Goofy, and then Naruto, "Hey, what's the big idea?" Then he falls down and, oh, gee, do you think he forgot who we are? With this many Heartless around, something must be up. "Why do you have to do that?" asked Donald. "I don't know, Donald, but we're gonna find out," says Naruto. Then they hear a door open. Donald looked up and saw a lady and said, "There's a lady up in that room." "Hey, if a lady's here, then it must be Belle." "Yeah, maybe so. Belle knows what happens to the Beast. Come on, let's go find her." "Hey, I'll be right back."
Okay.
Okay, anyway, they went to Belle's room and Donna was about to bust the door, but then it opened by itself and said, "Hey, who opened the door? Oh, I'm so happy you're here." Then she goes up to grabs him and Donald, Sora, Goofy, and they all said, "Hiya." Put me down, put me down. Then he started all dizzy. That's classic Disney comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Where's the base?" "Oh, he's in his room. We don't talk much though. Did something happen?" "Yes. Isn't that why you're here?" And Sora and Naruto look at each other and shrugged off. Said, "Not exactly, but we can still help since we're here now." "The beast won't talk to you?" "He's been acting strange lately." They all nodded in agreement. The only ones who know aren't are locked in a dungeon. I want to help them, but wait, who's locked up?" asked Sora. "The beast locked up his servants." "But why?" "I don't know." "Hmm. Where's this dungeon?" "You can go to the Undercroft in West Hall. The dungeon's down there. West Hall. Got it. Be careful." He gives this thumbs up. I could hear Karen say, "What a dork." Karen from Bleach saying, "What a dork."
Hmm.
They leave and enter the West Hall. It should be way to the Undercroft somewhere. Then they see a wardrobe, and Naruto pushes it out. And then somewhere the wardrobe wakes up and says, "Do you mind?" And Naruto was like, "That wardrobe just..." Then he fainted. Then Sora said, "Wake up, Naruto." Sora, that wardrobe is Naruto. Then when I say this, we're gonna see a lot of strange things in different worlds. We should be used to it by now. I said, "I know, but that wardrobe..." "Naruto, fine." Then they slowly push the the wardrobe out of the way. Then she started to wake up. And I was just starting to, once she's finally out of the way, she woke up. She said, "Oh, it's starting to get comfortable. May I help?" Oh yeah. Belle needs us to go to the dungeon. "Oh, you're here to help my friends? Well, why did you say so?" Naruto was still staring at her and says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I used to be human. Until the enchantress cast her spell. I was turned into a wardrobe when the prince was a beast." "The prince is a beast? The beast is a prince?" That's surprising. That's right. Although he was far princely at the time. "What's this about a spell?" asked Sora. "Well, it was a cold winter." But they all hear, and that's enough for now. You can hear the rest once you rescue the others. You can give you something to look forward to. Naruto falls down anime style. Then he stands back up and says, "Hey, you better hurry then. The dungeon's no place for a clock. You'll find out soon enough." Naruto said, "All right, we'll take care of it." They they entered the undercroft, door to the undercroft, found a strange door with beast-like creatures. This must be it. Donald walks so close and placed his ears against it to hear if there's any mud in there. The eyes of the creatures glow. Donald backs away. The creature comes alive and possessed by the Heartless. Naruto and Sora grab their keyblades and prepare for a fight. It was a very intense fight, but in the end, both Sora and Naruto won.
Honestly, I kind of like that lock fight
Yeah,
with
me
the
too.
door.
Yeah. And then after the battle, Donald asks, "Do you think the damage past this door?" Sora says, "We gotta, we gotta set those servants free." He's right. Let's go. There's nobody here. You mean there's nobody to rescue? Sora sighed. Did someone say rescue? Shh, keep quiet. It might be them. Oh, but they look like nice boys to me. Yeah, we are nice. We're your friends. Yeah, Belle sent us to find you, Sora said. Yeah, she did. Then then they all moved up towards him. Sora said, Wow, I gotta admit, this is kind of cool. I'm Naruto. This is Sora, Donald, Goofy. Then Donald grabs Cogsworth.
Mhm.
Then he says, then he, you know that scene in Beauty and the Beast where he trying to twist the clock?
Yeah.
He does. Donald does the same thing. Close that once. Do you mind? And then Donald said, I beg your pardon. It just, I never seen. Then he, achoo! I'm glad you guys are okay. It was we who enjoyed the scene. Did someone put a spell on you guys too? That's right. You've heard. It was the Enchantress. Cogsworth, tell the story. Since Cogsworth has the same voice as the narrator, he speaks in a narrator voice. The story. That was my favorite scene in the original movie.
What, the opening?
Yeah, David Alden Stiers did a great job on that opening. His voice was
Yeah.
very soothing and calm. Then one winter's night, an old beggar woman came to the castle and offered him a single rose in return for shelter for the bitter cold. Repulsed by her haggard appearance, the prince sneered at the gift and turned the old woman away. But she warned him not to be deceived by appearances, for beauty is found within. And when he dismissed her again, the young woman's ugliness melted away to reveal a beautiful enchantress. The prince tried to apologize, but it was too late. Before she had seen that there was no love in his heart. As punishment, she transformed him into a hideous beast and placed a powerful spell in the castle and all around him. Naruto says, Wow, that's kind of like my story. I have a beast inside me too. Only I'm human. No offense. I'm not taken, says Lumiere. Is there anything we can do? Let's get the Enchantress. Then Naruto says, Donald, I'm afraid it's too late. He's right, dear. What no now needs to be done. The beast sure is acting weird. Do you think he's turned into a heartless? Heartless? It's a good thing we're here. If they're involved, says Naruto. Let's go get the beast. We're not doing the whole shortcut thing.
Oh, that thing where you had to like lead Mrs. Potts to the lanterns.
Yeah, I thought that part was unbearable and pointless too.
It was.
So they marched. So Cogsworth says, "Allow our guest," but they still had that same where Cogsworth says, "Allow our guest to pass." Then they moved out of the way, and says, after you. And they go through the castle and go through Beast's room. They hear hear an organization member in there. It's time you dealt with Belle. She is scheming to take everything you have. The castle, your precious rose, and then your life. Trust no one. Feed your anger. Only anger can make you strong. I had about enough strength. There's only one thing I want. What? To be loved and be loved in return. Who could ever love a beast? Then they see Sora and Naruto and the others come in, prepare to fight. She has accomplices. Hey, Prince. Then they get on the fight and get the beast to snap out of it.
I can see Naruto like just being like the main one in here doing the fight to free him.
Yeah, and then once he's all calmed down, he said, Longsworth, what happened? You see, how should I say, wow, you put everyone down there in that dungeon. I did what? You did. Who was that guy you were talking to? The one in black. Solomon. That was his name. He came from the darkness. He used my anger to control me. He took on my sorrow, my sadness, and my pain, and turned them all into rage. There was nothing I could do. I could no longer see the truth. Then Goofy says, that must be why you put your friend down in the dungeon. You make sure you didn't hurt him, right? Was that it? Was it to protect them? Sure. We all know you're good inside. He's right, Master. We all see how good you can be. After all, Belle can see the kindness in your heart, but then he remembers, Belle, I mistreated her. And been so selfish. She didn't say anything about that. She never told anyone of my cruelty. She's too good. You see, why don't you just go talk to her? And Sora said. Then Beast tried to make an excuse and said, no buts. We're going with you. We'll help. Yeah, there's only one thing I know about. It's the lady. And Naruto said, oh, brother. Then they'll go to Belle's room only to find her. She disappeared. The wardrobe told her she's looking for the man in black. And said, what? It scared Donald Goofy so much that Donald jumped into Goofy's arms, Scooby-Doo style. Sora says, we better go find her. Then they hear Belle's voice screaming for help. Then they fight. Then they go in the ballroom and they relieve the cell. Oh.
They have a cool fight with a Heartless.
Yeah, I forgot what he was called, but yeah, it was probably the best fight of the world. Or
yeah,
one of the best bosses.
Where you could take a chandelier down and ride it that fast.
Yeah. And after they beat him, we did it. So you think. Then they look to see Zoldan still hooded. Farewell. What does he want here? He must be with Organization 13. Then Beast looked at him in confusion. You ever heard of the Nobodies? When a strong-hearted person turns over heartless, a Nobody's created too. Yeah, the organization. They got control of all the Nobodies, says Nar. And that's right. I know you were going to make you a heartless. That way they can get that Nobody of yours and have control over. Then they hear Belle coming in. Belle, I'm sorry. I wasn't myself. I hope I haven't done anything to hurt you. Then she said, I know you weren't yourself, but I hope that you might have changed a little bit. I wish you could start trusting me. You know what? These two remind me of me and Sakura. She's the beauty and I'm the beast, says Naruto. I'm afraid time is. Remember the rose from the beast's room? They asked quietly, because I don't think they ever tell Belle that, because they want Belle to. They don't want Belle to find out about the cure. I mean the curse because they want her to say I love you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then they ask, you see, if you're the master can learn to love and earn its love in return, before the last petal falls, the spell will be broken. Really? You think he's gonna make it? We think so. Yup, I think you're right. Well, Sora has doubt. I hope you're right. Which does I think I can see Naruto saying, I think he will do it. I think he can make his number one goal. And I think he can fall. I think he is in love with Belle. I could just see in his heart. And then they opened the gateway to another world, and they said, if you heard from anything from Riku or the King or the Heartless organization, anything at all, let us know. Okay, bye bye. They all go. They all leave Beast Castle. We're not doing the whole Winnie the Pooh thing, okay?
All right.
Because we don't have time for it. And anyway, after all that, they go to Olympus, and they meet Meg in there in the underworld. And they said, "You're supposed to be." I'm sorry. This is Donald, Goofy, and Naruto. We came to see how Hercules is doing. You know Wonder? Yeah, because we're heroes too. you mean junior heroes, Donald? Sound like we had a friend in common. My name's Megara. My friends call me Meg. If I had any friends. I love that line. What are you doing here? Well, she says, I'm a damsel. I was in distress. Now have a nice day. I can handle, but I can handle things. Have a nice day. Except for this. I was trying to look for Hades. Hades. You don't mean. Yeah, that's right. The Lord of the Underworld. Trying to teach him a thing or two. So you can give Wonder Boy a break. Even he is. As do we. Sound like you like him as more than. I mean, we'll have a talk with Hades. I sure hate to. I sure hate to see you with him, messing with him. Well, you really do that? Yeah, but let's keep this whole chatting with Hades saying that our lips are sealed. Come on, guys, let's go. And they make it on their way to the underworld. Then they see a guy in an Organization 13 coat. Then he confront him again. They said, run away. Okay. That guy was a wuss, says Naruto. Um, then they hear Hades like, what do they do? Because he freaks out. Jeez Louise. It's Hades and Pete. They're plotting to kill Hercules. Then he said, why don't you pick up someone already dead and save him the trouble? Then Hades said, dead. Dead is good. And I just a warrior. Then they got, I'm scared too, John. Hades, come out. And take them underworld in. Then, by the way, what's down there? Just the underworld's deepest, darkest dungeon. This time I'm bringing the mother of all bad. Then he brings out Orin. Which I'm surprised that Hades thinks Orin is a bad guy. He's not a.
Yeah, he's not really bad.
Yeah. And I love that line. This is my story. And you're not part of it. Did you forget who you're talking to? I am the Lord of the Dead. No wonder no one wants to die. You are fired! That's great banter. Then I hear, huh?
Yeah, it's a good line.
Yeah. And Sora and any others come in and fight, and they get all worn out. Says, "That's right. You see, in the other world, heroes are zeros." Comes with a terror, which I don't get because Demirex was not a hero. Why did he need the Olympus Stone?
Oh no.
But go now. But I gotta talk to Hay. Then he pretends. Then he closes his ears and says, "What was that? We can't find him here. We all have to go now." You know that we're skipping through all that fight on the way down when
That
Hay's gone.
escape route.
Yeah, 'cause I want to keep it short as possible. Okay.
Okay.
You're really good. Are you some kind of hero? No, I'm no hero. I'm just ah Orin. Ah, my name. I'm Sora. Down. Goofy. It seems we were fated to meet. Maybe you need a guardian. Guardian? Thanks, but no thanks. Then they are on their way out on the world. I can see Orin says, "This kid, he feels familiar." Because later on, he says, he's been. We have a flashback of him and Kahuna, and he meets the fourth Hokage. And it's a short scene. We don't know it yet. What's the fourth Hokage's connection?
Yeah.
Because this was written by Nomura, not Kishi.
Yep.
And Nomura is better story, but likes to keep he likes to write things in the end. Anyway, then Pete says, "I got Heartless all over the world, so you could lead those pipsqueaks to me." Look, pal, you just keep on turning Hercules to the Heartless. Now he'll be all mine. This is my underworld, you idiot. I'll handle this myself. Then he summons Cerberus. Cerberus, go! Then Cerberus falls, and then as they make it through the underworld exit, they find out that the door was closed. They try to open it, and then they see a keyhole, and Naruto has this keyhole and let open it. He says, "Yeah, I think so. Hurry!" Then Cerberus came out and attacked. And Sora and Naruto were about to escape, but they see Orin needs help, and they assisted him. And after they beat him, Naruto said, "Natter, boo boo, we are now 2-0." I could. Then after that, they noticed something. "Hey, where did Orin go?" And Sora says, "He can take care of himself. Let's go find Meg. Then we can sort things out." Right, says Naruto. Next next day is next scene is was Meg trying to get Hercules to take a day off. And he says, "No, I can't let them down. They came to see a hero." "Don't worry, Meg. I'll be fine. What does it What does he need a few rest for? What, huh? See ya, Sora. Don't let me down." Then they all entered the Coliseum. And Goofy said, "Gosh, this sure does bring back memories." Yeah, it sure does. I wonder where Cloud is. Then they see the door open and they see Hurt come out. "Sora, Naruto, Dom, Goofy, when'd you get here?" "Oi, howdy there. You off on another adventure?" "Yeah, tracking down some friends, wiping out some Heartless. Junior heroes, always busy. You know it." "So you found those friends of yours?" "Yeah, we're still working on it," says Naruto. "We ran into mega trouble, I mean, so we had to help a friend out." "Yeah, we tried to teach Hades a thing or two, but the underworld's strength drains away our strength. Is there a way to? Don't you have any idea? Well, there's this Olympus stone. God used it to. There's this Olympus stone. The God used it when they need to go to the underworld. Guards against the underworld's curse. They use it when they had to go down. You think we can use it? Sure. Why not? I'll get it for you. But Hades is no pushover. But I got a match today, so I can't go. But what you guys need is training. Why don't you ask Phil to train you? Good idea, says Sora. They all enter the Coliseum. Phil, still played by Danny DeVito. Hey, champs. Better rest up for tomorrow's match. Capiche? Remember, back to victory comes down to two simple words. Eat, bathe, sleep. That's 3 words, says Naruto. Then they all get in the chuckle and say, hey, the junior, looking good, Phil. How have you guys been? Have you earned your true hero wings yet? Nope, you ain't going. What? So what's up? Then they said, you guys are gonna take down Hades? Hey, what's so funny? We fought Ansem the Seeker of Darkness, and we kicked his butt, says Naruto. I'm pretty sure we can take on Hades. Wait, really? Ask Phil. Yeah. Then, all right, then I guess I could train you. Then they get on training. Then Hercules was told them that the Olympus stone was stolen by a mysterious guy in black, and he had accomplices, creatures in white. Someone you know? They all looked at each other, and hey, Hercules noticed it. Someone you know? He said, "I think so. Hey, if we find the Olympus stone, can we borrow it for a while?" He said, "Sure." By the way, you haven't seen Meg, have you? He said, "No." He said, "All right then. What's wrong with?" Then Hades come out and taunts him, and he says, "Your deep little sweet Meg just got lost in the other world. You mean you kidnapped her?" "Well, maybe. We'll already covered the details." Then they summoned Pegasus. You got a very important match today against the bloodthirsty Hydra. I mean, if you don't stick around, who knows what accidents might happen? Yeah, accidents you cause. Like I said, details, who needs them? You're just a coward. Oh well, okay, well, I'll be heroes. Can you handle this? Asks Herc. You got it. What heroes? Junior heroes, Donald. I love that running gag. Even if twice. You take care of the Hydra. We'll handle the rest, says Sora. I'm counting on you guys. You gotta find Meg. Then Pegasus flies off without them. He has a size of his brain must be the size of a pea brain, says Naruto. It's a callback to what Zeus said about Pegasus in the movie.
Yeah.
Then they were on their way. Then the Naruto saying, I will go the distance," which is fitting because Josh. Well, it wasn't Josh Keaton, but he voiced young Hercules, and this young Hercules sang that song, "Go the Distance." Yep. Then they noticed Phil's unconscious. What's going on? Phil, what happened to you? I spotted this guy all dressed in white, but he turned on me. Next thing you know, I'm seeing stuff. All dressed in black? He's the one who stole the Olympus stone. What are you run off to? To the underworld. To the underworld. I needed some backup heroes in case Herc needed a break. Heroes, eh? You could have just asked. You know someone? Then I get their keyblades and said, "Oh, good one." Then they make it to the Olympus stone. I mean, the underworld. And they find the organization member. You! Then he looks at Sora and said, "Wait a sec. Roxas? Excuse me? Sora asked. Roxas? It's no use. What are you talking about? Let's see here. If the subject fails to respond, use aggression to liberate his troop deposition. Right. They ever picked the wrong guy for this? You're bizarre, says Sora. He's gonna be the fight. Now that's just plain rude. Then he uses the Olympus power, and it was the lamest battle ever. And
Yeah, I
Naruto,
hated those Demix fights.
yeah, and Naruto's and Demix rocks is come back to us. Then as he goes back and guys have broken records, says Naruto. Yeah, he's crazy. I think he's cuckoo, says Nard. Then Donald noticed the Olympus Stone, and they used the Olympus Stone's power. Then they got all their strength back. Then they unlock the door and have a fight with Hades. But as soon as Hades disappeared, Peter appeared. Said, "What's wrong? Can't find me in the world. Oh, boo hoo hoo! Better think again. Charge!" They all fight and then there's too many. Then with them protecting Meg, then Hurt came and while Sora released the Meg from being tied up. Then Hercules came to the rescue and said, "Get Meg back to the Coliseum. We'll meet you guys up there. What about you? I'm going to show these guys what happens when they mess up with a true hero." Then Naruto says, as soon as they're making out, Naruto says, that Meg says, "Sora, I won't leave him. He'll be okay. Look, even Herc has his limits. He can't keep on winning for it. And we'll back him up," says Naruto. "We promise. Get Meg out of there." And Pegasus flies off. And they fight with Pete, and it was a very intense battle, but Pete surrenders and says, "This place gave me the creeps. I'll do what you nitwits next time." I just love, I love Jim Cummings.
Yeah, he's a great Pete.
Yeah. Then they all escape, and Hades says, "Could today possibly get any better? This time Wonder Breath is going down for good." Then they meet Hades again and says, "Hey, you better check up on the Hydra, pal. Things are getting ahead of things." Then they saw that Hydra destroyed the Colosseum and killed a bunch of innocent people. Only I don't think they show it. They show innocent people dying, but it implies it because Disney. Because they can't show dead bodies in Disney, but they can imply it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then they fight the Hydra, and then we hear, "Get up on the Hydra's back! Get up on the Hydra's back!" And they got on the Hydra's back, and after Naruto hears it a bunch of times, he says, "All right, we get it." Yeah. Then after they beat the Hydra, and after that they beat the Hydra. Since we don't have a lot of time, we'll do an hour of this. We're gonna skip Disney Castle, okay?
I kind of feel that's an important world to go to.
Yeah, you're probably right. We'll go to Disney Castle. We'll go to Disney Castle because they were summoned it from Disney Castle because Queen Minnie heard that heard Chippendale show them what was going on, and she was saying she summoned Donald and Goofy. Then Sora and Naruto said, "We'll escort the Queen. You two go warn everybody in the castle." Right, says Goofy. Let's go. The audience chamber, right? They go to the audience chamber and they fight all the Heartless. And then they then they see that the Cornerstone Light was being covered by thorns. And then the, she says, I wonder what this could mean. Then they see Maleficent. No way, says Sora. How how could she be alive? Naruto says, I don't know. Must be. Why do I have a feeling her being alive is kind of pointless? That's not a meta joke. Well. What have we here? If it's a wretched keyblade holder and a pitiful laugh. What? Now we gotta deal with me. And Donald tries to attack, but he hits his face. Oh, dude, I promise you take part in my vengeance, but you must be patient. Just what are you doing here, Maleficent? Ah, Queen May. Radiant as always. I'm here with a property venture. I want this castle for my own. However, it's too bright for what I had in mind. However, I need my room of darkness. You better stop right now. You know what's good for you. Ooh, how fright. Very well, I'll stop. Just as soon as the castle belongs to me. And Sora says, what a hag. So what? So what do we do? I, I don't know. That did come up. I looked for the library. I could not find a single. Oh, then we should know lots of stuff. We should know a person that knows lots of stuff that ain't in any book. Merlin the wizard. Yes, that's perfect. Merlin just might know something about this mess. Let's ask for his advice. We stole him a whole bastion, right? Yeah, let's go. Then they ask Merlin for help. Then Merlin says, I bet I better take a look at this. This is not good. In fact, I'm afraid it's quite serious. Then he summons a door. He says, my boy, that's a gateway to a special world. Someone in that door is using of it, I'm certain. Ow! We knew we could count on you, Merlin. Then we should go get him. Wait a moment. The perpetrator must be starting. But there's something to do first. Somewhere in that world, there should be another door that's identical to this one. I believe our enemies are utilizing that door. As long as it remains open, the castle will be in danger. Listen carefully, boys. You must find that door, and when you do, lock it with your keyblade. Got it. You can count on us. Now, one more thing. You're heading to a very special world. While you're in there, the nature of the world may tempt somebody to do something dark. You must resist that temptation at all costs. What do you mean? Asked Sora. You'll know soon enough. Faith my both Sora and Naruto looked at each other and shrugged and said, maybe we should not. We should always assume that they never explain to us. We just see it. Yeah, you're right. Although it would help that they tell us sometimes, says Sora. They complain as they open the door, and then and Sora noticed something. They're all black and white. Naruto said, "Hey, I'm wearing the same outfit I wore on our first adventure. This is kind of like deja vu. Yeah, that's it. Really? Have you been here before? Hey, you! Said any of the bad guys around here?" They point at Pete and say, "Why I oughta? I have no time to go easy on you, Squirt. So I guess I'll go easy on you." Well, there's our villain. Then they check on. Then they confront Pete and said, "What's with you, Squirt? Some kind of bone to pick with me?" And Naruto said, "More than one. Them's fighting words." Then he hears the bolt. He hears his bolt and looks away and walks away. And Soren and them confront him. Then they fight Pete. Then after the battle, he complains of, "What's your punk's beef with me anyway? Who are ya? You're new around here? Cut the act." Then he hears the boat whistle. Then he says, "Sora, are you sure that's Pete?" "Well, of course I'm Pete. I'm the captain of this steamboat. So stop bothering me, see? So hit the road. I gotta go find the little punk that stole my steamboat. You know, maybe we're starting. Maybe we made a mistake," says Goof. "I'm starting to think the same thing. You guys are getting called me heartless. Maybe it's a trick," says Naruto. Because I can see Naruto being distrusting of him.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Sora says, "Well, whatever it is, for now we gotta play along. Hey, sorry we talk to you like that, hey, Captain Pete. Oh yeah, if you're really sorry, then go find my steamboat." "Yes, sir. You want me back?" Um, After that, they find other doors. They go inside and they see visions of the castle being attacked, and they find out it was Maleficent. Part of it. It's Naruto. "Yeah, we should have figured that out." Then they then they see current Pete. That's the Pete you know. "The quarter stone's gone. But that means we're gonna fill the castle with darkness. We gotta hurry." "Hey, you." "No, hold it right there." Naruto's. "No way, small fry. I finally found the punks that stole my steamboat. Yeah, it was you. Right, me. No, 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 not me. It's somebody who looks like me." And Sorg says, which is it?"
Hmm.
Then Pete tries to escape, but they stop the boat from sailing off. And the current Pete tries to escape, but they all fight him, including past Pete. And Naruto says, "If he kills past Pete, does that mean? Nah, never mind. We're not gonna do that time travel crap again." Yeah, and and then after that, they beat Pete, lock up the keyhole. The past Pete apologized for treating him like crap, and they allowed him to steer this steamboat, and it has that famous Steamboat Willie scene. I could see Naruto whistling like Steamboat Mickey did.
Yeah.
And Goofy said, "Good thing we're not in Toon Town. I gotta. Hey, maybe we can visit our friend Roger." "Maybe later, Goofy. And we can see that." "Don't mention his name. You know who Donald's referring."
Yeah, Roger Rabbit, basically.
No, actually, he's referring to Daffy.
Oh.
He has a
We
rivalry
don't
with
talk about that other one, Goofy.
Daffy. But I don't get it. Mickey and don't mention him either. Just because they get along doesn't mean our company. Doesn't mean our kingdoms do.
Oh, it's just because you don't like being. You and Daffy are together. Always bad news.
Yeah. And Sora asks, who's this daffy person? I said, we'll tell you in another story. Fun fact, that was Mel Blanc's last time he voiced any of the Looney Tunes before he died.
Oh.
What a way to go out on then, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, after that,
Naruto and Sora met Jessica Rabbit.
they would feel a hard on.
Massive, especially Naruto.
Yeah.
No, I think he'd probably just imagine Sakura in that outfit.
Yeah. And meanwhile, in the castle, they notice something. The thorns the thorns have vanished. Hey, the thorns have disappeared. By George, the lads have accomplished the mission. Hooray! Let's have some acorn feasts to celebrate. Yeah, and Chip said, "Yeah, what my gadget and Monterey and all of them." Referring to the rescue rangers.
Yeah.
Welcome back, says Penny. Because of your bravery, the castle was safe and protected again. Thank you so much for all you've done. Good work, you guys, said the chipmunks. Now, boys, I hope you haven't done anything reckless while you're in there. Of course not, says Donald. Then we see a flashback of after they put the cornerstone back, saying, I bet you the castle's safe now. Guess we should head back. Wait, as long as we're here, Donald. I think Donald was trying to change the past. I don't
Yeah,
know.
probably.
Then I see Daisy. Then I hear Daisy. Daisy, I'm back. And Donald. And Daisy confronts him and says, Donald, you forgot about our date again. You better have a good excuse this time. But Daisy, I know it's an important mission, but at least you could check in every once in a while. But I was in a coma. I said, sure, that's what they all say. And Donald looks at Sora for help. Then he looks at the door and snickers. Donald warned, just be a minute. Then Daisy chases him. Then they seal the keyhole and Daisy, we're gonna need Donald for just a little longer. How much longer? That she asked. Well, I'll be back soon, Daisy. And that seemed to win her over. Don't you worry, Queen Many. We'll return. Please tell the king that we're still looking for him. I will. See you soon. Think wisely.
And they also get wisdom form too, right?
Yeah.
Naruto would probably have a ball with that mode.
Yeah. Next world they go. Next world they go to
Pirates would be next.
Yeah, pirates. We have that. Of course, we have that infamous. Of course, rather than starting off with them just going to Port Royal, the first thing we're going to see is Jack Sparrow first entrance. You know what I mean?
Well, where he's on a sinking boat.
Yeah, that's how you introduce the iconic character. What do you say? Forget my poor Johnny Depp impression. He goes through town and he rescues Elizabeth. Only they finds out he's a pirate, and then he captures her. And he says, "Commodore, you say bad life, gentlemen. This is the day you almost caught Captain Jack Sparrow." then he escapes and goes to Will's blacksmith office. Then he fights Will, and they get in a fight, and then he cheats and says, "This shot is not meant for you." And then he gets knocked down by the I forgot his name.
But I forget too.
I haven't seen that movie in years. Then Commodore Norrington, who will have a role in this. I can see him hate Commodore Norrington. I can see him hating Sora.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Then after that, they then after that, the pirates, the pirates came and Pete and Barbossa, played by Jeffrey Rush, comes in. Ah, Yuba, welcome. Ah, this town is. Then he meets Pete, and then it says, "So I heard I have a proposition. You must be Barbossa. I have a proposition for you. What's in it for me? Those are his powers beyond your wildest dream. I'm listening." Then Sora, Donald, Goofy, and Naruto appears and says, "This place feels kind of different. Kind of different." Sora says, "Like we're in live action." What? Never mind. Then they hear people screaming. Something's up. Organization 13? Or the Heartless? Only one way to find out. They make it their way and they see Barbossa talking to Pete. Aztec treasure, eh? And thanks to the curse upon, we are neither among the living nor the dead. Really? Because you look like regular pirates to me. Ah, but in the moonlight. Then they look. Then they show their skeleton rolls, but we don't see it. No, now I get what you were saying. If you see two doofuses and two brats wielding a key, like steer clear, they got a calm kind of magic, and then belong to this world, and nobody knows what to do to you, especially the moon showing what you really are. A match for Barbossa, you say. Hey, see there? I knew it. It's those punks I was telling you about. Who you calling punk? It's Sora, Naruto, Donald, Goofy, and don't you forget that we won't. And we'll graven on your tombstones to be sure. That was a great line.
Yeah.
I wish Jeffrey Rush said it, though. Men, half of you stay here and indulge these colors. The rest, bring me the medallion. We're only getting stomp on a few of you. And then they were invisible. And then what? And then they turned a skeleton. And they turned into skeletons. Naruto freaked out and says, "No, I gotta be brave." Then he tells himself, "I gotta be brave. I don't want Sakura to think I'm a chicken." Hey, watch out! They can see. Stay away from their magic. What for? Why aren't you less than me before? Hey, Pete, thanks for the tip. Hey, he pounds on himself. Then they fight the Heartless. And then after that, they confront Pete and say, "Hey, this ain't over. Hey, if Pete's here, then that means we have work to do," says Sora. "And the pirate capture sure looked pretty mean." "Yeah, I hate to see that guy turn into Heartless," says Naruto. "Well, we are here, so what do we do?" That's Donald. "I know. Why don't we take a pirate ship out for a spin?" says Sora. Just kidding. One of those guys heading to town? Yeah, I think they were looking for buried treasure. Let's go. Then they see Elizabeth get captured. Will tries to save her, but he was confronted by Heartless. "It's the Heartless. Watch out. We'll deal with them. Go, take her." Then they beat the Heartless, and then Will praises him, and Naruto says, "You think? Yeah, we're that good." And Sora rolls his eyes, and, "Did you find your girlfriend?" It's too late, but I must rescue her. Will you help?" "Sure, I'm Sora. That's Naruto, and that's Donald and Goofy. And I'm Will Turner. Call me Will." Then they look for escape, and he said, "Oh, we're too late. Those pirates kidnapped Swan, took her to a ship. Now they sailed, and I'll never be able to find her." And then Sora says, "If only there was a way to get to her." And he says, "I believe there is. Come on." He led him to the dungeon, and they see Jack Sparrow And Sparrow, what do you know about the Black Pearl? And he explains the story about the Black Pearl and says, "Are you trying to join a pirate?" He says, "Never. They took Miss Swan, and I need your help. I can get you out of here." "How?" "The door is locked." And Sora says, "I can unlock you with my Keyblade." Keyblade? You're. I can see Jack Sparrow hearing rumors of Keyblades and all that.
Yeah, probably.
Because he. And he
I
sees.
mean, Keyblade would not be that out of the ordinary in that world.
What? Yeah. And he
I mean,
sees.
here you have mermaids, Salazar from Deadman, Ten Old Tales, and Davy Jones himself.
Yeah. I can see Will not hearing of it, but Jack has.
I mean, Bootstrap, his dad could probably know about that.
Yeah. And then he sees Naruto. He says, "Sorry, you seem familiar. Don't I know you're from somewhere?" He says, "No. I'm pretty sure you remind me of this pretty woman I met. I Let's just say her slap was her punch was the worst pain I've ever felt. I could see that too. He's hitting on Kuchina, and
Yeah, probably.
then he opens the door and help Jack Sparrow escape. And they steal the interceptor. Corrin tries to stop him, but it was too late. Then Jack says, "If you're gonna be pirates, you might as well dress. You might as well dress." And of course, Sora and Don and Goofy dress in their KH3 pirate costumes. Well,
Mm-hmm.
Naruto dressed like a pirate. Then he started to talk like a pirate, and Donald says, "Naruto, don't talk like that again." Sorry. then they we had that infamous "you best believe it." Then Barbosa talks about his speech, and then he said, "You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one." Then he turns to the skeleton and drinks the alcohol, which
Mm-hmm.
that got the TE10 rating.
Yeah, that whole world is what got it an E10.
Yeah,
But didn't push it to T. To T.
yeah. Of course, Japan has different standards than Americans.
Yeah, they do. To be fair, that effect of the when he's in the skeleton mode with the alcohol does hold up still.
Yeah, it does. Then, then then we. Why are you so fixated on come? It's where she'll lead us to Barbosa's ship, Savvy. I would do the rest of the movie, but we don't have time. We're gonna do it for another hour, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah, they make it to Elena Murda. They try to. They use the. They try to get the blood from Elizabeth, but begun by blood, by blood, done. Then nothing happened. Then he shoots one of the pirates, and he's still alive. Says,
Honestly, that
"You,
was kind of a funny scene. Just a look Rush gave.
yeah, you me. Was your father William Turner?" "No." "I don't understand. Who brought this wrench to us?" Said her name was Turner." Hmm. Then they escape. They sneak off and escape. And he said, "You there? After the medallions? After the new ingrates?" Then they notice Jack's. Then he trying to say "pup" because Will was the one that hit him.
Yeah.
Then he tries to spell it pop. Polly.
Alright.
Yeah, Polly. That's it, Polly. Then who damn the dance that thought of Polly? That would be the French. Then they said, "How the blazes did you get off that island, Jack?" When you spend me around that godforsaken piss job. With a single piss shot. You forgot one very important thing, mate. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow. I won't be making that escape from you. Then what say you put the past behind us, untying these ropes and negotiating the return of your medallion? I say you that. See, the Black Pearl's mine now, Jack. Let you go doesn't fall in my interest. Odd. I never was concerned with your interest. Give me back the pal. Aye. All right. Lock him in the brig. We coming for the interceptor. What do we do, Captain? What do you thank you, idiot? Meanwhile, Sora and Naruto was outside while Sora was Don Goofy steering the wheel. Sora and Naruto were thinking about Kairi and Sakura. They thought, what do you think they're doing right now, Sora? I have a feeling that Kairi's getting stronger. What? It's just this feeling I got. She said, okay, yeah, I have a feeling Sakura's helping her train. And we see a scene of Kairi getting stronger, and then Kairi beating Sakura in one on. Actually, they tie it 1-on-1. It's Sakura says,
I don't think Kairi's at that level yet.
Yeah, Sakura beats her, but she is improving. Kairi is improving.
That's good.
And you know they will. Just a spoiler, they will get captured, but they will have a better. They will have a better reason to get captured. Okay.
Okay.
After that, they battle the pirates, but then Will falls off the ship. They think he's dead. Then they have Elizabeth captured and says, "We beat the pirates." Well, did you now, laddie? Jack, Elizabeth, says Naruto. Now, I'll be having back the medallion. He refuses to give it, unless it's more important than they're alive. Purple, they hear Will, and he has them, and he aims the gun at them. Barbosa, she goes free. Go ahead, boys, shoot. We can't die. You can't. But I can't. Then he points the gun to his head. My name is Will Turner. My father was Bootstrap Bill Turner. His blood runs in my veins. On my word, do as I say, or I'll be forced to lock us to Davy Jones' locker. Name your terms, Mr. Turner. Release Elizabeth, and Sora, and Naruto, and Donald, and Goofy too. Anything else? Leave, now! Agreed. Leave we shall, but the heartless stay.
I do like he kind of outsmarted Will there for a second.
Yeah.
Will is bad at negotiating, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah. He couldn't negotiate with Jack. He can't negotiate with Barbosa. He would make a terrible pirate.
Yeah.
Naruto said, why couldn't we meet the pirate in my dreams? What pirate? What pirate? Oh no, you're not talking about the pirate with the straw, with the one that stretches in a straw hat and a swordsman.
What if I am?
I'm just saying that's impossible. Nothing is impossible. Look at us.
Yeah, I can see Naruto point out the absurdity of all this.
Yeah.
Honestly, if Luffy showed up, it would probably be the most awesome thing ever.
Yeah, I might have him show up in part 2.
Especially if he's got Brook on his crew.
Yeah.
That'd really freak out Naruto and Sora.
Yeah. Anyway, Sora said, that's the last time I trust a pirate. And I struggle, mate. A pirate knows when to surrender. Are you serious, Jack? Then they see Jack cutting himself. And Naruto said, wait, you were tied up all this time, and now you can cut yourself? And Jack says,
And you could have done that the whole time and you didn't because why?
and then said, reason. Then Jack says, reason. Naruto just stood there shocked. And he said, let me at him, let me at him.
Now, Sora, hold me back.
First, we got to go to the docks. I'm not planning this. I'm not. I'm not going to lose this ship. I still don't plan to trust pirates again. Wise policy, lad. Wait, sorry, I'm trying to imitate Johnny Depp, but I'm not a good imitator.
Yeah, it's no big deal.
Yeah, then they beat all the pirates and said, that's the second time that man stole away my ship. But having her back soon enough. Then they said, then they told Elizabeth to stay behind. I could do no such thing. Will could die in there. Then we'll be fine. Trust me, says Jack. I am not a fool. But then trust me instead. And she asks, Sora, Naruto, Donald, Goofy, please, please keep Will safe. We will. Will be alive. I promise, says Naruto. Then they make it their way to Will and say, treasure maze? Not possible. Not probable. We're alive. And we're pirates. Captain Jack Sparrow. Sora. Donald Duck. Goofy too. So you both want to play pirate? Plus save the play acting from the nursery after that. No more play acting now. Hey, where's Jack? Then they fight Jack and Naruto says, hey, Jack, get him. And Jack gets all distracted and gets stabbed. Jack! You're a fool, Jack Sparrow. Then he turns into a skeleton and grabs a coin.
Reveals he had a medallion the whole time and does that thing with his fingers and the coin.
Yeah.
I couldn't resist, mate.
Yeah. Show yourself, Pete. The time has changed. See? I told you need no Pete. Then they fought then they got rid of the chameleon. Then they fought.
Well, that kept coming back, so.
Yeah, Naruto's, okay, take care of the chameleon. You take care of Corbo's. Actually, Will do that. We'll take care of. Huh?
Okay.
Then Sword jumps on Barbosa's sword and pounces him, and then then Sora says, "Care to surrender, Barbosa?" Then he says, "Well, enough of this then. What do you say we call it a draw?" Then he throws a medallion to Will and says, "Jack, how many times do I have to tell? We wasted all that bullet. Laugh while you can, Barbosa." He puts the medallion in his chest, and he said, "I feel cold." And he faints down and dies.
Now we don't get the scene of the blood coming down his shirt.
Yes. I don't know why they didn't include that in Kingdom Hearts, especially the Japanese one. Because we all know Japan and well, cartoons in Japan is basically Pirates of the Caribbean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then they get after the battle against Barbosa. They thank Jack, and Jack sees Elizabeth coming, and he was expecting a hug, but she was on her way to hug Will. For some reason, that made me laugh.
Yeah.
Then Sora and Naruto look at them kissing and says, and Sora, Naruto, how come your faces are red? What? They're not red. We don't know who you're thinking about. Yeah.
And then Jack's compass lights up.
Yeah. And now Sora says, I was afraid we could lose Donald to the curse of the treasure. Yup, me too. What? Just kidding, man. Then they get new keyblades, keychains.
The follow the wind.
Yep, which is the worst looking one.
I kind of like it.
Yeah,
there's no Wheel of Fate.
Yeah.
Which that is like my favorite Keyblade in 3.
Yeah, I think mine's Oathkeeper.
Oathkeeper is just I think it's a great Keyblade all around.
Yeah, it's fitting that, I don't think it's coincident, but it's the strongest Keyblade, and it's at least one of the strongest Keyblades, considering it's from Kyrie's.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's the strongest in 2, because you get better ones as you go on.
Yeah, because I think they should have made it stronger in 2, because Sora's heart, Kyrie makes Sora's heart go strong.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably the strongest one out of the first game.
Yeah. Next world is
Agrabah, I think.
Yeah. If you don't mind, we're gonna skip Halloween Town, okay?
Oh, okay.
All right, we won't do it. Okay, we're gonna go Agrabah right now. Instead of the peddler, it's gonna be Abisma from Return of Jafar.
Go it?
Huh?
There is when the pillar said go away when Pete's chasing him.
Yeah. But I think I'd rather have Jason Alexander as the Abisma.
Yeah. Just him and Cummings just going back and forth for the lamp.
Yeah. Anyway. It's going to be similar to how Iago escapes. Then they get him in position to fight him. Hey! But Iago says, I've changed. I promise. I'm one of you guys now. Said, yeah. Naruto says, yeah, right.
Yeah, right. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah. And then in the fight, Iago said,
that opening fight when they get there with the Heartless, the two use their wisdom form.
Yeah. And then said, you know what? Blue's a cool color. But as they were surrounded by Heartless, Naruto was like, I'm getting tired of this. And Iago just kills one of them accidentally. Then they went to the Pillar's place. And that gosh, that if it weren't for the Iago, we've been goners. Is that right, feelers? I guess we owe you one. Perfect. But you have to win over Jasmine yourself. Be on your best behavior. Got it? Yeah, I got it. So where's the Lawton anyway? I bet he's in the palace. Then let's go. After that, they meet Jasmine, and she explains that he hasn't been. They all bow to her. Only this time, Sora and Naruto remembered to bow to her. And she's like, you helped defeat awful Jafar and save Agra. All in a day's work. But the Heartless are roaming around again. He said, is there anything we can do to help? I think we're all right for now. And you always go to Latin. He hasn't been himself lately. Is it because of the Heartless? I'm not sure. You see, he's the same true for Aladdin. But now he just seems dead. Sad. He leaves go off by himself all the time. I've asked him about it, but he says nothing's wrong. He's gone again today. What if he doesn't come back? Hey, maybe she's got a secret girlfriend. I know. I'll go find out who she is. Sora, catch him. And I'll have one of the guards the entire palace. And Naruto says, what could a parrot do to warrant the guards? But Sora said, Iago's not. But he sees, and he looks at Iago and said, nice going. Maybe it's something you saw yet. Maybe we should find Aladdin. Or what? He should be around here somewhere. Good idea. I wonder what he's been doing. Then they get in a fight with. Then they hear Abba Smalls whining and complaining. They get. Hey, get back here, Aladdin. Then he gets on his infamous Jason Alexander rant. Since he's George Costanza. Which I think that's why it's intentional.
Yeah.
Basically animated George Costanza. That's true. I hate to see what the animated Kramer looks like. Anyway. After that, they meet. Hey, Aladdin! What's going on? It's this thief named Abba Small. He's trying to rob a few stores. He's got a... Then he said... Argh. Then he noticed something. Ow! Then he said, Iago? Oh yeah, he's one of us now. He wants to apologize for helping for all the things he's done. Oh, he does. Of course, he's so sharp. Sorry, he's shaking. What about it? That's the lamp with Jafar. Oh, come on, Iago. That's other than there's a million things like it. I was stuck in that thing once. There's no way I'm mistaken. And Sora takes a look at it. And then he has a flashback and says, "Yep, he's right. That is Jafar's lamp." Then Aladdin says, "Well, we better take that from Abba Small. Who knows what will happen?" Of course, in this world, Abba Small doesn't rub the lamp yet. In this part, he will in part 2, though. Then they said, "Hand over the lamp, Abba Small." Said, and nobody gets hurt. Said, "No, I won't let you take this away from me. This lamp is all I have. And once I sell it, I'll be rich, rich, rich. And you too. And you will never do anything about it." And then he says, "Oh, it's dirty. I better rub it." Then they hear Pete say, "What so fast? That lamp belongs to me." Then he grabs it and says, "Yoink!" Then Pete and Abba Small get in the fight and who owns the lamp. And Sora and Naruto says, "Are you seeing this?" He said, "Yep." A bunch of morons fighting for a lamp. What else is new? Oh, buddy, oh, pal. Oh, I missed you. Then, no, we won't get there yet. Then he said,
already shown as the Blizzard and Volcano Lord.
Yeah, but Genie came before that.
Guess it was that what made Pete summon it.
Yeah. But he didn't drop the lamp, we didn't see him drop the lamp.
He must have did it during the fight.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll have him when he grabs the lamp. He said, just wait till Jafar's free. He's going to make one beauty and another heartless.
How would you even turn a genie into that?
I don't know. Then, speaking of genie, we hear music say, "He's blue, he's green." He shows up Michael Jackson style in a Michael Jackson suit. And he does a moonwalk and says, "Ooh!" And then he said, "Guess who's back? Back again." Then he's like, "Oh wait, wrong musician." Referring to Eminem.
Yeah.
Then he said, "Ow, boy, oh, pal." Then he hugs Pete and said, "Oh, I missed you, buddy. Oh, for the how can you to leave you genieless? Oh, the humanity. Genie. Hey, Al, you've been put on weight. Of course I have. You. What am I saying? You live in a palace. Aladdin, Jasmine. I could just picture it. Da 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 da. Wait, can I? Am I being a pest? Just a big blue pest? Ah, who cares? I'm just so glad to see you. Then he says, "Oops, sorry there, cheetah. Hope I didn't scare him." Then he hugs Aladdin. And he said, "Sora, yeah, how you been doing?" Then they hug. Not so fast. Have you, so you saw the world? So you saw all the world? Yeah, I've even been to this one world where you kept you. I've been in this one world where they catch creatures and get them into battle, but you be friends with them. I think it's called pocket monsters. And I met this guy, Professor Oak. Then he imitates Professor Oak, which is a nod to Robin Williams was supposed to be Professor Oak in a live action Pokemon movie. Fun
I
fact
can
that
see that.
yeah, but I think his Professor Oak will be funnier.
Like more
More
crackpot
yeah,
scientist.
yeah. Anyway, then he summons the blizzard, the lava and blizzard heartless, but they took care of them in a heartbeat. And he said, "You
I can
miss
see
with the
like Naruto goes after one, Sora goes after the other.
yeah." And after that, they beat them, and Aladdin and he and Aladdin did their summon. I mean, the limit together.
Yeah, I love that limit.
Yeah. Too bad we didn't use it against Jafar.
No, you really couldn't do this since you were in the air the whole time.
Yeah. Anyway, next scene is Pete escapes and I'm I'm gonna get you yet. He said, "You said that the last time we met, Pete." Then he sees Abba's mom conscious. What should we do? Should we leave him in a dungeon? He said, "Nah, I got a better idea." Then a few hours later, he wakes up to find himself stuck in a desert and said, "No, no, no, no! It's not fair! It's not fair! I always lose it at Aladdin." Then they put the lamp in the dungeon. They sealed it. Then they said, "Iago, thanks. You saved us again." "Hey, you won't regret giving me a second chance. Honest." Guys, you sure you want that pigeon in the coop? Well, I'm sure Iago means he's well. Ah, sure, you're probably right. Now how much trouble one bird be? You have a point there, lad. I mean, kid. What happened next, Sora? Well, we still got him. It's still great to see you all, but we gotta find Riku and the King. So I guess we'll be on our way. I hope you find them. Me too. Hey, where's Aladdin? Then he says, right here. I know, but we didn't go. I know we didn't have that funny scene with a boo in a cave of one and stealing the jewel, but we didn't go to the cave of wonders. Although he
Okay.
said, although he said, wait a minute, Abu, where did you get that? You stole that, didn't you? Then Abu escaped. Catch him! And Soren and the others try to jump on him, and then Donald tries to grab it. And who needs it? And he puts it behind. Said, "Oh, I guess it got stuck." Then it lights up, and this time Naruto locks the keyhole. I think, Sora, what's going on? Said, I think it's time for us to go. Will you be back? He says, we will, I promise. And Genie says, if you, if you ever if you ever need me, just give me a call. And it's then it turns Then it turns into Rambo. Yeah, if you need me, I'll be there to help you. Hmm. You know that scene with after that with Pluto being lost.
Yeah.
We'll still have that, but we'll have we'll have Kyrie. We'll have it after Sora go after the last squirrel before they go to Twilight Town. Because I thought that was out
Okay.
of. I thought that they made it out of order. I think they should have waited until after either either Pride Lands or Halloween Town. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll go back. So we'll go to that. We'll go back to that. Okay.
All right.
Next world is. Yeah, we'll go. Next world we'll go to Pride Lands because that's where I usually go after Agrabah. Pride Lands.
Okay.
They go to Pride Lands. Where where Simba has that dream of only it's gonna be similar to the movie. But in fact, it is similar to the movie. But we'll have the Lion King music and all that. The Stampede.
Okay.
Then we hear no, and Simba wakes up. Ugh. Still, and he's voiced by Matthew Broderick. Probably his only one of his only good movie roles
Oh,
besides
we're not
Ferris.
having Cam Clark voice him?
Actually, yeah, Cam Clark's a better voice actor. So
Do you
yeah,
ever hear him? I just can't think of it being Liquid Snake.
yeah. Still can't believe he's Leonardo in the original Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
At the meanwhile, at the Elephant Graveyard, Sora, Donald, Goofy, and Naruto shows up. Sora is a lion, and Goofy is a turtle, and Donald is a what is he? A parrot or something?
He's some kind
No,
of bird.
some kind of bird. It says Naruto sees a turtle, sees Goofy as a says, "Wow, I'm a lion. How cool is that? If only Sakura was here." Yeah, I'm.
You see, I can see Sakura Naruto having a vision of like Sakura just like holding him. Like
Yeah, and Sora says Kyrie too. Then they see the then they see Goofy as a turtle and said, "How is he always a turtle?" I said, "I don't know." Then they get confronted. They about to scream. They're about to eat. They couldn't run because they couldn't run on four legs yet. Hyenas were about to eat them, but they hear Scar and said, "Man, that Scar's got the worst time. Just let him roar. Now we better go see what he wants. It's not like he's grumpy enough already." They all leave and say, "That was close. Everything's harder on four legs. Better start practicing. I found a trick to it. You let me show you." Then they then what else happened? Oh yeah, they finally get the hang of it. They see Nala gets confronted by Heartless, and they saved her. They asked if they found Riku or some bad guys or Black Hoods or maybe this big bully named Pete. Then he said, "Oh well, we might as well take a look anyway." Wait, the Pride Lands are dangerous. Scar and Hyenas made things unbearable for everyone, and there's no food left. They were driven out to play. We were about to start. We can handle a little danger. You just saw us beat those Heartless, didn't you? Yeah, maybe you can't take on this Scar guy and his hyenas. Scar? He took over our last king when he took over when our last king, Mufasa, died. So you're saying this guy is your king? You want us to take down your king? We we can't just go around knocking kings out of their thrones. Then again, if they see that I'm stronger than their king, maybe they'll ask me to be their next king, says Sora. Sora, I don't think that's a good idea, said Nard. I have to refuse, of course. Still, I like to see the Pride Lands, so you guys don't mind leading them Paul, do you? Then they told him, and Donald said, oh, there he goes again. She's gonna go ahead and tell the Linuses. We're supposed to meet her at a place called Pride Rock. Then they make it the Pride Rock, and then Rafiki looks at Sora and rubs his chin, and he looks at Naruto, and he says, and he whispers in Nala's ear, and she was surprised and sad. He said, I told Rafiki you would get Scar out of the Pride Lands, but he says it won't work. You see, whoever leads the Pride Land has to have the right qualities. Meaning, I think she means you're not cut out for the job, Sora. And Naruto asks, what about me? And he's, and she's like, you have leadership skills, you should, he sees, Rafiki says you lack experience. And Naruto's, you mean I gotta wait years to become a Hokage? I'm afraid. I'm sorry you came out. Then get confronted by Scar, voiced by Jeremy Irons. I would love to hear if Jeremy Irons said, "No prey." Then what do you call this? We're not prey. Oh, nice and fresh too. Then they hear Pete. And Naruto laughs when he tries to get down, but falls down. Oh, the cute little kid's worried about me. If I were you, I would be worried about my friend. I wonder what Maleficent would look like in that world.
I don't know.
I read one fic where it happens, and she was a snake.
That seems kind of fitting.
Yeah. Anyway, they run out to the run out of the Pride Lands, and they meet. They talk about. They ask, "Do you know someone else who could be king?" There was, but he died when he was a cub with his father, Mufasa. If only Simba were here. Simba? But Simba's fine. He was fighting right beside us not that long ago. Simba's alive? But where is he? That, I don't know. Still, Simba's alive. I can't believe it. Tell me more about him. Of course. But first, we gotta get out of here. Scar can't lead us. Then she tells about the story about Scar. When Mufasa died, Scar told us that Simba died alongside, and I can see Naruto saying, "That's pretty suspicious." Because I could see either Naruto or Sora says that. I
feel both of them would say it.
Yeah. Then I hear Rafiki. Meanwhile, Rafiki, you know that famous scene when Rafiki finds out Simba's alive?
Yeah.
It's gonna be the same as the movie. We hear the doo doo doo. It is time. Meanwhile, Timon and Pumbaa will sing in the jungle, the mighty jungle, the light. And then Pumbaa follows the bug.
Yeah, then Nala shows up.
Yeah, but she's separated from Sora and the others after they hear Simba. Wait up! And can I hear you, Bobby? Wee, wee, a Pumbaa bum away. And by the way, Timon is still voiced by Nathan Lane.
Okay.
Most of the voice in this will still be voiced by the original voice actors.
Okay.
because I think it's fitting that way. Except for the ones that died before 2006 or 2006. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on. Hmm. Then they, well, then Timon. Then meanwhile, he sees the bug, and then he noticed Nala, and then Nala chases him, and then Timon hears it and says, and Pumbaa gets stung on her limb, and she's gonna hate me. Whoa! What as I was savior? Meanwhile, Sora sees Simba gets attacked by Heartless, and Simba wars, and that scared off the Heartless. Simba, and Simba gets him defensive mode, fighting mode, and it's me, Sora. Dom and Goofy are here too. Then he takes a closer look at Sora, Dom, Goofy, and he gets all happy and hugs him. What happened to you? And he says, it's kind of a long story. And help, Simba, help! She's gonna eat us. Timon, Pumbaa, something happened in the jungle. I have to help my friends. Okay, we'll back you up. Then they see it was Nala. Nala was about to eat Timon and Pumbaa. Then Simba jumps in and saves him, and then in this fight, hey Simba, stop! It's Nala. Don't you recognize her? Then, then she then she pinned them. Nala? Is it really you? Who are you? It's me, Simba. Simba? Then they get all happy that they're reunited. Then Timon says, hey, what's going on here? Timon, this is Nala. She's my best friend. Friend? Yeah. Hey, Pumbaa, come over here. You too, Sora, Naruto. Pumbaa, guys, this is Pumbaa. Pumbaa, guys. Uh, pleased to make your acquaintance. Pleasure's all mine. How do you? Hey, time out. You know her. She knows you. But she wants to eat him. And everyone's okay with that. Did I miss something? Relax, Timon. Simba, you got to come back. Then they said, can you guys excuse us for a minute? Hey, she can say whatever in front of us, right, Simba? Maybe you better go. It starts. You think you know a guy. They all hang out and they sing Hakuna Matata. Then Simba and Nala gets in their fight. It's not gonna be like the games. It's more like the movie where they get in a fight.
Okay.
And Sora says, "Wow, he must be pretty mad." Naruto says, "I think something happened that must have caused him to not want to do." I know, Naruto. Why is doesn't make any, why would Scar not lie about Simba being dead, or at least not know about it? This is pretty suspicious. Then he tried to comfort him. Then they see here, Simba, father, Simba, you have forgotten me. No, how could I? You have forgotten who you are, and so forgotten me. Look inside yourself, Simba. You are more than what you have become. You must take your place in a circle of life. How can I go back? I'm not who I used to be. Remember who you are. You are my son and the one true king. Remember who you are. Remember. Don't leave me. Father, don't leave. You can all come out now. It was Sora, Naruto, Timon, and Pumbaa, Don, Goofy. I'm going back to face my past. I could use your help. He really is a king. Then they, that famous slow motion scene.
Yeah.
That happens. That happens still. And after that, they see the Pride Land's all ruined. Simba, Nala asks, "Why'd you come back?" I finally got the sense to talk to me. I got the bump to prove it too. Besides, it's my kingdom. If I don't fight for it, who will? I will. It's gonna be dangerous. Danger? I laughed at the face of being danger. Ha ha ha! I see nothing funny about this. You're gonna fight your uncle for this? Yes, well, this is my home. He talks about your fixer upper. Well, Simba, if it's important to you, we're wishing to the end. That touches Simba. And they get into the fight. And before they do, Timon does the famous, "What do you want me to do? Just a drag and do the hula?" Which was improvised. Nathan Lane himself.
I could see that.
Yeah. And Naruto, and then confronts Scar. Mufasa. Mufasa. No, you're dead. And then then he looks closer and said, Simba. Simba! I'm a little surprised to see him alive as he looks at the hyenas. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't rip you apart. Oh, Simba, you must understand. The pressures of the king are no longer yours. Either step down and fight. Oh, must this all end in violence? I hate to be responsible for dead member, dead family members. Wouldn't you agree, Simba? That's not gonna work, Scar. I put it behind. Oh, but what about your faithful subjects? I'd be put it behind them. Simba, what is he talking about? Ah, so you haven't told him your little secret. Well, Simba, now's your chance to tell him. Tell him who's responsible for Mufasa's death. Uh, I am. They all gasped. And said, it's not true. His mother, Sarabi. Well, actually, his mother's in there because her voice actress
Yeah, it
is
was weird
dead.
that she wasn't in the game.
Yeah, you see, he admits it. Murder. No, it was an accident. It's your fault Mufasa's alive. It's your fault he's dead. Do you deny? No. Then you're guilty. No, I'm not a murderer. Oh, Simba, you're in trouble again. But this time, Daddy isn't here to save you. And now everyone knows why. Then he falls down of the Pride Rock, and this seems familiar. I have seen this before. Let me think. Oh, yes, I remember. Just the way your father looked before he died. And here's my little secret. I killed Mufasa. Then he realizes it. Then he jumps on. Then he jumps on Scar and says, "Murder! Tell them truth, and I. Oh, great! Ah, so they can hear you. I killed Mufasa." And then I get in the fight, and then Timon, Sora, and Naruto save Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah, they had to fight the hyenas.
Yeah, and then they rush up to help Simba save Scar. You don't deserve. And the hyenas come up and say, "Hey, actually no, because they already escaped."
I kind of feel that fight with Scar is more fitting here at the top of the Pride Rock.
Yeah, and Simba throws him off the ledge, and then off the rock, and since Pete comes and that's just sneak preview because this ain't over, not by long. Then he then he turns Scar into a heartless. Your kingdom's gonna rise again, but this time as the prime lands of dust. Then they fight Scar and beat and kill him off this time. Then Simba roars as declared a new Hokage. I mean, to new king of the jungle. And Naruto says, "This is gonna be like my Hokage ceremony." Anyway, after that, after all that, what happened? um, we're gonna do Halloween Town. Then we're gonna do Twilight Town, and that's all we're gonna do for right now for tonight. Okay, I'm almost done. You hear me?
We're doing Twilight Town and stopping.
Yeah, cause I'm. You don't mind that, do you?
I don't mind.
Yeah, cause I'm almost done. Okay.
Okay. Guys, Twilight Town's pretty quick anyway. This is this where they meet Syx, right?
Decorations, and they meet Jack Sparrow. I mean Jack Skellington. Sora, Donald, and Goofy, welcome back and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Don't you mean Happy Halloween? Of course. Happy Halloween's greetings, Skellington. From Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King. Forgive me, I'm in a Christmas mood. I'm running the show again this year. But Santa Claus bless, so I'm off to Christmas Town. Santa Claus? I think you mean Santa Claus. Aren't these decorations wonderful? This time Halloween's gonna. This time Halloween Town's gonna handle Christmas too. But first, we have to visit Sally. She's working on something no self-respecting Santa Claus can do without. That's the only time he said Santa Claus right. Then they meet Sally, and she has this bad feeling about something terrible happening. Then they ask. Then Sora thinks, "Go get Santa Claus." And then there's a flashback of Sora writing a letter to Santa. You know, there's no such thing as Santa, says Riku, and says, "I am gonna when I'm gonna see Riku again, I'm gonna rub it in his face."
You see Naruto with a really big smile on his face, thinking about
Yeah.
Santa Claus.
Yeah. Then I found out that then Jack comes back asking if the Heartless are with them. He says, "What do you call them again? Heartless? They're definitely not with us. But Donald and Goofy and I can get rid of them for you. And then we can go see Santa." I love that scene.
Yeah.
Then after that, like they find out they fought the Heartless, and Jack says, "Santa Claus need bodyguards. Are you up to the task?" And Sora, without consulting his friend, says, "Yes." And Donald Goofy looks at him. Then Maleficent showed up, Lock to meet Lock, Shock, and Barrel, and then she's like, "Come along, all three of you. I shall know you the true meaning of mischief." All right, bodyguards. They went to Christmas Town, and then Jack was talking about how exciting it is. And Sora gets, "Come on, just open it." And Sora jumps down, and then okay, back to um. Then after that, they they had that famous Nightmare of Christmas scene where they entered the vortex, and then Sora has a new Santa outfit. What would Naruto's be?
Probably a Santa outfit too.
Or an elf? How about he looks like Buddy the Elf?
Nah.
Yeah, okay. Goofy looks like a reindeer. Donald looks like a snowman. After that, they make it through they beat the Heartless on their way to Santa's house. And then they meet him for the first time.
Naruto's probably like, so like excited, like he's like bouncing around.
Yeah. Have you come to see her on my nice list? Your name? Sora, sir. Let's see. Sora. Here you are. Well, according to my list, Sora, 7 years ago, you told everyone you did not believe in Santa Claus. Oh, that is unfortunate. Then Naruto says, "What about Naruto? What about Naruto Uzumaki?" He says, "Yes, you made the nice list. Although you cut back on you cut down on your pranks." I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I could see the pranks being why he'd be on the naughty list.
Yeah. I'm trying to get better. Well, you did help save the world, and then put you on the nice list now. How about Donna and Goofy? Then he nodded. Bye. I'm not in the list. It's me, Jack. Jack Skellington. What sort of trouble do you come up this time? This time? Asked Naruto. It's a long
It's a
story.
long story.
What I think it is, I think it's I think it's a what he did a Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, the actual movie.
Yeah. Then they found out it was Locke, Shock, and Barrow who was working with Maleficent. And Naruto's. See, I think. I assure you, they're not. Catch them and bring back here. They're going to get a lecture. And Naruto's like, oh yeah, like that'll work.
He's like,
Um,
I know pranksters. They're not going to listen to a lecture.
Mr. Claus, I want to talk to you about Christmas more. It'll have to wait. To see what progressing in my workshop. Come on, guys. All right, let's get those pranksters. Then, then Maleficent said, "I was so looking forward to that ridiculous Christmas town, but now that Sora and Sora and Naruto are here, revenge before pleasure, after all. Kind of revenge, the magnificent Melina kind, of course. That sounds really bad. Like, ooh, he's kind of bad, and that's super duper bad. Oogie boogie, that bag on a bed insect. How intriguing! And where might I find Jack and his dumb, stupid friends to Ah, yes, more intrigue. Now, I believe I'll bring your master back for you. She resurrects Oogie Boogie and asks, "Do you remember Sora, Donald, and Goofy?" "Do I remember them? You're too much. I'll never forget what they did to me." What was it they did to me?" "Squash you like a bug." "That sounds bad." "And Jack helped. Even
That's
worse."
right. That's the
That's
only thing I remember.
until I teach us how not to mess with Mr. Oogie Boogie. Yes, that's right. That's the spirit. And I have the perfect plan in mind. Have you heard of Christmas Town? Mr. Oogie Boogie, wake up, wake up. We want to see how bad. It seems he needs more time to recover. You three, stay here to keep Sora and the others occupied. My Heartless will help. But do not fail. Then they
Honestly, that
fought.
prison keeper is pretty cool looking.
Yeah, it was a pretty good fight, too.
They could actually use all three of them.
Yeah, after that battle, they find out they heard from one of the kids that Oogie Boogie's still alive. I hope you're ready for trouble. I hope you're prepared for trouble. And Naruto says, "Make it double." Sorry. um, then Oogie, then Santa was in Halloween Town and said, "I should be getting ready for." Then he hears, then he hears them. Sally says, "You need to go back home. I'm afraid something terrible will happen if you don't." "Well, I am behind on my preparations." "All right, tell Jack I'll be waiting for him. He has something to tell me about Christmas." "But that's just it." "Go along, lock the door." Jack opens, don't answer it. Then, then Oogie asks, "All I gotta do is kidnap that one in the red?" "Yes. That's sure to keep Sora and the other fools running. And then they're all mine. And then I will turn Santa Claus into Santa Heartless." Are we done? What was that? Then they the next scene that's um stands in front of Sally to and Sally tells them they get the others got kidnapped. That's where Santa lives. Then they then then Oogie was fixing his machine and Maleficent was smirking. I do believe our jolly old friend was looking forward to becoming heartless. But then she gets run over by Oogie. Are you still here? Why don't you Oogie on back when you came? You're cramming my style. Have you forgotten who brought you back, you insolent bag of bugs? Sorry, can't remember a thing. Very well, you ingrate. You'll rule the day you spurn my help. After that, Soren and the others came by and said, "You," and they found Oogie, Jack Skellington. Oogie, you and I have a score to settle, Jack. Same goes for your little sidekicks. What are you planning to do with Santa Claus? Who?
Who? Santa Claus?
I don't know what you're talking about. And why is this roly poly red guy here? Time to go, Grandpa. Hmm. Yeah. Then then Sally uses her leg to distract him, and that saves Santa. then they then he gets in the machine and tries to take him down.
I can see Naruto seeing the presents going like, four!
yeah. Now that they beat Oogie Boogie, and then as soon as
And he's literally coming apart.
yeah, and as soon as that Naruto was the one that stomped on one of the bugs, not Donald.
Dude, need to get that off my shoe.
Then we have that famous scene of Santa telling Jack, "You are who you are," and Jack says, "You're right." And if Palpatine has become too routine, all I've got to do think of something new that really make them scream, which is a good rhyme.
I do like that Santa said, like, seeing the happy faces of kids is what makes his job the best.
Yeah. Then after that, um, Zora is the one that seals the keyhole, and Santa says, "Before you do, Sora, I just like to wonder. You have a friend that told you that there was no such thing as Santa. Oh yeah, he did say that. Be sure to give him my very best wishes. I will, but do you know where I can find Riku? No, but don't give up. If you believe in Riku, you will find him, just as you found me. Right.
Honestly, I really like Santa in this one.
Yeah, he's not my favorite Santa, but he's in my top five. I think my favorites.
I just like the way he encouraged Sora to keep looking for Riku, the way he found him.
Yeah. Meanwhile, back in Destiny Islands, Kairi and Sakura's thinking maybe waiting's good. It was at their day of training. Kairi and Sakura saying maybe waiting isn't good enough. My thought exactly. If you have a dream, don't wait. Act. One of life's little rules. Got it memorized? Who
You
are
can see
you?
Sakura being out like the defensive since he remembers Vexen from last time and sees the same Axel in the same coat.
Yeah. And she warns Kairi that she was attacked by this man with the same coat that guy is wearing. Do not be fooled. he's not our friend. Then Axel says, "Oh, come on. We all miss someone we care about. I think we should be friends." And Kyrie says, "You're not acting very friendly." Then they escape. At the road of at the I forgot what that place is called.
They're at the usual spot.
Yeah, no, I mean the place where they went before the usual spot, and then to get.
They were like in between the. It's where Axel and Sora were before the final world.
Yeah, I forgot what the world was called.
Oh man, I forget.
Anyway, they enter into another portal, and they see a man in black, another man in black coat. I think that was Riku because every time I
It
look at it,
pretty much was Riku.
yeah, I wonder what he was doing there. Then then after that, Sora and Naruto and others hear Vivi saying, "Help, it's Cypher! Somebody please help us!" Then they went over to save Cypher. And after that, they hear clapping. It was a man in a guy in a black coat. His name is Syax.
Would you consider him like the secondary villain or Zigbar?
Him. He was basically second in command in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Well, Zigbar would be like what, the third villain?
Yeah. Yeah, anyway. After that, he says, "Have you seen a man named Axel? I expect he's here some like I care," says Sora. "You see, Axel's remaining our best. Is he with the organization? Are you having a fight?" "Not a very organized organization," says Sora. "Yeah, even the Atotsuki is more organized than this." "Don't let your guard down. Axel will stop at nothing to turn you into a heartless." "Gee, thanks for looking out, Westminster. But I'm pretty sure we'll take care of ourselves just fine." "Glad to hear it." Axel aside. "It'll break our hearts something happened to you." "Hearts? You don't have any hearts." "True, we don't have hearts. But we remember what it was like. As he revealed himself, that what makes us special." "What do you mean?" "We know very well that to enter a heart." "Sora, you just keep on attacking those heartless. Let's jump in after him." "How come?" "I'm not sure, but maybe he'll lead us to the organization's world. Don't be reckless. You want to end up like Riku." "What?" "Hey, wait. What do you mean, end up like Riku?" Then Cypher says, "Hey, why don't you get out of my town now? You causing no trouble." "Riku, have it your way. Come on, guys." "Hold it. Make up your mind," says Donald. "This goes the strongest guy in Twilight Town." And Sora points to himself. Said, "Thanks, but we don't really need it." And he gives him
The
gives him
Goofy, which I found hilarious.
yeah. Then they hear then they hear um then they hear Pants coming. Said, "Hey, Sora, Naruto." Said, "Come to the usual spot." Because if they said, "Do you know a girl named Kari?" I said, when he said that, I said, "Oh no, she's kidnapped." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Said, "We got something to show you." "Really? What?" "You'll see. It's a surprise," he says with a smile. They look, they run over there and when they saw it, Sora gasped. So he sees Kyrie from behind it. And Sora says, "No, it can't." Then she turns around and gasps. Huh? And they both gasp at how mature they looked. So Sora said, "Wow, Kyrie looks beautiful." And Kyrie said, "Wow, Sora looks more
I can
handsome."
also see Kyrie doing the hug earlier, saying, "This is real."
Yeah. Then he hugs her back and said, "Sakura?" And Sakura didn't answer Naruto. Instead, she kissed him. Axel could see from, and he doesn't have, and literally he doesn't have the heart to kidnap her. So kidnapped him. So he disappears. What are you guys doing here? He says, "It's a long story." He said, "Well, we got time." Then Sword takes out the sword takes out the crystal. And they all look at the crystal, and somehow Sora sees, turns into Roxas and Kyrie into Naminé. Sora, you okay? Huh? What? Then, then the pathway is open. It says a new road is open, and Kyrie and the others Riku and others are waiting somewhere along it. You better hurry. Are you coming back? You promise. Before that,
Should they all get Oath Keeper keychain?
yeah.
I can see
And
that being like one of Sakura's keyblades he's using.
yeah, but hers is called the cherry blossoms.
Okay.
And then and
Does
that and
Naruto
that's all.
ask if Sakura and Kyrie are going with them?
Yes. That's all we're gonna do for now, because I'm.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm getting ready to go somewhere.
it was fun.
So next time we'll pick up with the Hollow Bastion to Tron's world,
Yes.
and then start in the second round of the worlds.
Yes.
Okay then.
But next week we're doing Spider-Man and Spider-Woman. Okay.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, me too. In honor of
I just feel
Spider-Man.
it's gonna be a lot of fun just because of Naruto.
Yeah. Well, take care, man.
All right, see ya.